biggest L already. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up.
Take the biggest L already. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know. Look at what I did, look at what I started. Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
Setting Dylan Gabriel up. Take the biggest L already.
Look how far I came, dog. I ain't had no guidance. I just did my thing, dog. I just went my hardest. And I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah, I'ma go hard regardless. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. Rented my check, I rent on my bag, I did what I did. Yeah. And how good they judge me, oh. But they don't know.
What is going on, everybody? Let me get on the screen. Let me slide move this over just a little bit. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Let me get on the screen. Let me get this down. Let's get this down. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling on this Wednesday? How y'all feeling? A few minutes late, y'all. I get distracted too easily sometimes. I got to lock in and stay focused. So I've been having a slight delay for some reason when YouTube processes my videos, and I've been trying to figure that out, but really it's something that you want to work on, not on stream. So I started looking at it after my time for my stream to go live and just set everything back. But I'm going to get my life together, y'all. I'm going to get my life together. I'm going to work on it. It's not the right time. We got a great stream for y'all today on this Wednesday. Todd Monken, the questions about reps. We going to get to it. The Cleveland microphones need to learn about football. That's all I hear in the questions they're asking. They are looking at everything through the lens of how Kevin Stefanski did things last year. If something leads to, all right, good. Sound check is good. If something doesn't lead to success, why would we try to emulate that? Why would we try to emulate that? So we're going to get to that. We're going to look at some quarterbacks. We're going to take it back. We're going to look at quarterbacks and what they did going from year 1 to year 2. Statman is back with that. We're going to look at how doing things for clout on YouTube can go wrong for you. Following up on that Patrick Beverly story. We're going to look at Mary Kay and her response to being at the they used to call it the owners meeting, but I guess now they call it the annual league meeting at the league meeting. So we're going to get to it. Really good stream for us today. Really good stream. Hit that like button on the way in. Y'all know we're going to do like we do every time. We're going to say hi to everyone as we come through the door. We don't show up at nobody's house and don't greet everyone as we come in. So let's get to it. Let me get to the top of my chat and we're going to greet everybody. Thank y'all for being here. During this greeting section of the stream, make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button from y'all. Do the best y'all can. We got Selmo Fudd in the building. What's going on?
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woo, woo. Here we go, Brownies.
Good morning, D. Wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Get up, get up. Get up, got your check it. Come on. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month. Selmo Fudd, you know they don't know about that Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know they don't know about that. One of my favorite groups of all time, of course. Growing up in Cleveland during that time. Just historical group, one of the best groups ever in hip-hop. You know I know about that, Selmo Fudd. You know I know about that. Funny story, we're not going to go on a long tangent, but when I used to bartend in Cleveland, I used to bartend in downtown Cleveland, and my favorite member from Bone Thugs and Harmony was Wishbone. Wishbone actually used to come to a bar that I used to bartend. Him, some of his friends, his lovely wife. They were very nice to me, always kind to me, always respectful, very chill dude. So just a little throwback right there. Since you quoted that Bone Thugs and Harmony, just a little throwback. Black Pearl, top of the morning. Happy hump day. Detroit Gemini, good morning. CO7111, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Tika.
Nowhere. If he went to school, he didn't learn nothing.
He didn't learn nothing. Nothing at all. Zedric, what's going on? How you feeling, man?
Cole, you stupid.
We do not care.
We do not care. Felix, what's going on? Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Dawn. It's been a while. Hopefully you've been doing well. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Miss Pamela. C. Brown Run, good morning. I have questions. What's up with Haslam talking up Watson when it's Shedeur's turn to be QB1? I think it's very easy. So the Cleveland microphones ran with the idea that Deshaun Watson would not be around the team because Jimmy Haslam came out and said last year the Deshaun Watson trade was a big swing and a miss, which I think he was just being honest and accurately assessing how things went since the Browns traded for Deshaun Watson. The Cleveland microphones turned that into Deshaun Watson gets cut, Deshaun Watson off the team, he can't be in the building, and all those things. That's not what it meant. A few months after Jimmy Haslam made those comments, he was seen at Deshaun Watson's wedding. We never heard any bad things about Deshaun Watson all last year. The quarterbacks had relationships with Deshaun Watson. There's no beef with Deshaun Watson and the owner. The owner said we're going to give him a chance to compete like everybody else. I don't have no problems with it. They said Dylan Gabriel has a chance to compete. I don't have no problems with it. Last year, people said if Dylan Gabriel's a starting quarterback, you need to root for Dylan Gabriel. I said, I don't believe Dylan Gabriel's good. Eventually, we're just going to get to Shedeur. I don't have to tear down Dylan Gabriel because I know Shedeur is better. I don't feel any way about them saying anything positive about Deshaun Watson because at this point in his career, I've been telling y'all this for a while now. Deshaun Watson's body is betraying him. It's something that happens in sports. It's just something that happens. When you go through this many injuries, this many times you had to go off under the knife and get surgery, your body won't respond the same way. I'm not worried about him overtaking Deshaun. I'm not worried about any of that stuff. That is for the Cleveland microphones to talk about. He gave them something to talk about. That's what he did. That's all it was. To me, I actually was here. I watched Deshaun Watson play. I watched him healthy play. I watched him come back and play injured when he was going against Baltimore. I watched it all. I don't feel any type of way about it. You can feel how you want to feel about it, but me personally, I look at it like it's water. It's water under the bridge is what I wanted to say. So I don't feel any type of way about it. No type of way. No type of way. Miss K, what's going on? How you feeling? I believe OTAs is after the draft. Let me see. Zedric just sent me something. Shout out to Zedric. Let me try to pull up what you just sent me. I think it had the OTA dates on there. I believe it's at. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Let me see. I TBA on that, Don. TBA on that. I gotta find this message that Zedric sent me. A.M. Williams, good morning. How you feeling? All right, let's keep it moving, but I'm going to come back to your answer. Is Haslam on the anybody but Shedeur team? I don't believe so. Do y'all remember when everybody was saying why they won't come out and name Shedeur the starter? And this was before they didn't sign anybody in free agency. They didn't go trade for any quarterbacks or any of that stuff. All that stuff happened. And I never flinched. I never wavered on how I viewed it. I just said, we don't got to worry about that. I'm not even going to worry about the anybody but Shedeur stuff. I'm following their actions. That's it. I'm following their actions. I've been following their actions for a while. I know it's a topic of discussion, but it boils down. I'll just boil it straight down to what I think it is. I think this is going to be determined on the football field based on the coach who's making the decision. I believe at this point in their careers, Shedeur is better than Deshaun Watson. And not that historically Shedeur has been better. I don't believe Deshaun Watson's I don't believe he can get to where he needs to get physically to be the best player and beat out Shedeur. So the way I view things, I just look at it like water under the bridge. Water under the bridge. I don't worry about it. I don't worry about it. It'll be talking points. He gave us some stuff to talk about, but that's all it was to me, how I view it. Shout out to Zedric. Ignore him, Detroit Gemini. He trying to get a return on his investment. Wishful thinking. Exactly. Oh yeah, shout out to Selma Fudd. I saw that new picture too. Do you really think he believes that, or is it just to satisfy the media? Oh, you're asking Cedric that. All hype and a smoke screen to the media. I believe that. Key Mathis, what is going on? Where you at? Where you at? Here we go.
45, 47.
Let's run that back.
45, 47.
What's good, Off the Record family? I was in the night shift watching Cleveland's website for the number 2 jersey. They out here playing with my emotions. If they were smart, this is what I believe they should have been doing. They should have knew that this was coming because you have to submit it to the NFL. They should have already started printing and pressing those 2 jerseys. They should have already started printing and pressing them. Have those things printed and pressed because the demand is going to be insane. It's going to be insane. Keith Hunt, Jersey in the building. What's going on? Oh, chat, skip forward. Let me see. TK, what's going on? How you feeling today? Good morning. Maurice, what's going on? Good morning. 99 for St. Clair. So more fun. Do you remember when Bone was just at the height of their career and people would come into Cleveland and they would go to St. Clair? And I'm like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Y'all got to stop going to St. Clair. St. Clair is not the place to go visit. There's no sightseeing over there. Y'all got to relax with going over there. Y'all got to relax. Stop by say Ivar. Good morning. Dawn says it's a good morning here in ATL. That's good to hear. Hopefully the pollen is not doing what it's been doing lately in ATL. Hopefully it's chilling. Good morning. Good morning, Entire 84. What's going on, Chelsea and Nina? How y'all doing? Good morning. Oh, Don, you moved? You said all is well. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. He making up for disgracing the players with negative comments. I think he's speaking on Jimmy Haslam. Yeah, he could be walking it back, trying to, speak more life, as Shedeur said. Hardest working woman in Ohio, Charmaine. Good morning. Blind Beauty. Good morning. Blind Beauty, I see you out there putting the content out. Keep doing your thing. Keep doing your thing. Did you see the video that ESPN Cleveland posted of Deshaun Watson? I worry if he can actually plant that right foot consistently. Black Pearl sent me a video of Deshaun Watson throwing from TikTok. So it might be the same video, but we're going to look at it. Was he ever any good? Deshaun Watson was good before he came to the Browns. He came to the Browns and he wasn't good. He wasn't good. Oh, I skipped that in the chat. Yeah, he hasn't played much. When you start getting non-contact, soft issue injuries, you're in serious trouble. I agree with that. Sassy Sagittarius, what's going on? Good morning. They can't name a QB1. Coaches didn't see nobody on the field. For real. They're not gonna feed into what the Cleveland media just wants them to do. They're not gonna feed into it. They're not going to do it. Cleveland media got to wait. Seeing how the Browns are moving will tell you all you need to know. Everything is not so literal. Latika, talk to him. You know what it is? It's a lack of understanding. And I keep harping on the lack of understanding. It's for a reason. They don't even know follow-up. They ask one question. They can't even follow up with another question because they don't really know. They don't really understand the game of football. That's what it is. So if you notice, if Todd Monken says one word, they stick to that one word. They did the same thing with Shedeur. Last year, they just latch on to one word. Now it's reps. They're making this big deal about reps. We told everybody in real time last year that the way that Kevin Stefanski was doing reps was not normal, and that's normally not how it's done in the NFL. Todd Monken, in his cleanest way possible, expressed he's not going to do things like Kevin Stefanski. That's not how it happens around the NFL, what Kevin Stefanski did last year. So they lack understanding, so they don't know what to do. He also looked to me like he wasn't bearing the full weight on his right foot. Oh, let's check it out on that follow through. I know what y'all talk about. So what is the point? I think K Salter should make a good backup for Shedeur. I mean, I know besides the CU ties, Kaden Salter, he gonna need some couple years of development. So I understand the CU ties. I don't know if I would go that direction. I don't know. I don't know. K Salter for anything as a backup QB? Yeah, I think he is. It's just Maya. What's going on? Blind Time Beauty. No problem. I see you doing your thing. I don't remember what stream it was, but we were talking about content creation and just getting out there and just putting out more content. So you've been being more consistent. And I noticed, so I always want to, shout that out, highlight it. No, I don't, but it said out to me. I work in workers' compensation though, so I'm adjacent. AB was on point with Mary Kay. He shut her mouth up. He did. So did Todd Monken. The reps weren't even equal last year because Dylan had more than the eventual starter. Talk to him. Deshaun Watson still looking like he's hurting. Y'all, I think it's the shoulder, y'all. I think it's the shoulder, and I think it's going through his full body. So I think he's using more or doing more to try to get the ball where he wants to go. That's what I think. That is what I think. C.A. Anderson, good morning.
This is a foolishness. Foolishness.
Good morning. Good morning, D and the Off the Record fam. Thanking God for this wet, dreary day in Seattle. Still excited about your Patreon post last night. Stay gold, young man. I appreciate you, C.A. Anderson. I appreciate you. So a fair amount, I would say the majority of the content I put out on Patreon is paid access. I do put out free content on Patreon. So if you are a free member on Patreon, check out the emails. They come out when I put out content. That's for everybody. I put out some content yesterday morning on Shedeur. I was up early yesterday morning, and I was really just thinking about where Shedeur was, what we were fighting for last year, and where Shedeur is now. So if you get the opportunity, definitely check it out. I can't remember how long the video was. It might be around 30 minutes long. But if you got time later on after the stream, if you are on Patreon, definitely go check it out. And shout out to C.A. Anderson. Yes, TK. The content over there, I have more ability to show more things without worrying about the restrictions of YouTube. So that's why I enjoy Patreon. So I always drop something, some form of free content over there. So definitely check it out when you see it. I had that on top chat. So if I missed some of your chats, my bad, y'all. Art Jizzle, what's going on? Salter is not good. Y'all got to stop. Our Jizzle gonna come in and say a plane. That's why I said he need development. To me, it's not that he doesn't have the physical tools. I think it was all mental for K Salter. It was all mental to me. That's what it was. Let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. Also, Maya said Deshaun Watson was really good with the Texans. He was good with the Texans. Not as good with the Cleveland Browns. Let's get to it. We got some good motivation, y'all. Some really good motivation from Les Brown. Really good motivation. Let's get to it. Let me get it up on the screen here. Post a link. I'd like to see your content. Let me see if I can do that real quick for you, Dawn. Let's see if I could post it for Patreon before we get this thing going. here. KC, what's going on? Good morning. How you feeling? Let's see. Share post. All right, I got the link. Let's see if this works. Man, I don't know, Patreon. You wanted to give me all this? I just wanted Patreon. All right, this is what Patreon is giving me. Hopefully this is a proper link. It looks like this might make you sign up even for a free account if you don't have one. But this is the link to the video that released yesterday on Patreon, y'all. That's the link to the video that I did yesterday on Patreon. Okay, we got that there. Who did we miss? Who did we miss? Ivy League Mac, what is going on? What's going on, Ivy League Mac? I catch your content over on Patreon D. Hope to move up in the tier soon. I appreciate you. Do you think if this was Peyton Manning, they will be playing the same game? James, are you speaking of like the Cleveland media will be playing the same game? If you mean the Cleveland media after Peyton Manning's rookie season, of course I do. Peyton Manning later on in his career, no, they wouldn't play the same game. But if it was after his rookie season, yeah, they would be playing the exact same game. If he compensates for injury, he'll injure something else. I agree with that. All right, let's keep it going. All right, Dawn got it, the link. Okay, perfect. All right, let's get to this motivation, y'all. We got some good motivation here. We got Les Brown. Man, I enjoy Les Brown. Just the way he speaks. So we're going to hit a couple points to this because this video is really solid, but it's a couple points that I wanted to hit for y'all. Let's get started where I want to get started. Let's go.
Because at the end of the day, when the applause fades and the opinions stop, the only person you'll have to face in the mirror is you. Make sure that person is someone you're proud of. Every single one of us was born.
Let me pause this. His nephew come out next year. Do you think they'll play this? Oh, you're speaking of Arch Manning. No. Nope. They act like Arch Manning is the greatest thing since sliced bread before he even had any amount of starts in college. Do I think they will play the same games they play with Shedeur? No. One of the first things I said when I saw everything go down with Shedeur was we will see the truth when Arch Manning comes into the draft. When he declares for the draft, we're going to see the truth. And they are not going to play any games with Arch Manning. They are not going to do a third of the things, a tenth of the things they did and said about Shedeur about Arch Manning. Even though to me, so far, after their junior years, Shedeur is a better prospect than Arch Manning. He's accomplished more. He's done more. So do I believe they would do this to Arch? No, not at all. Shout out to you. That's a really good question. James Order. Thank you for clarifying. Thank you. Monken views on Cleveland media after the presser.
We do not care.
For real. Let's get back to it. Let's get to Les Brown. I want y'all to hear this. I really like this. Let's play it.
Your truth for their approval. Because at the end of the day, when the applause fades and the opinions stop, the only person you'll have to face in the mirror is you. Make sure that person is someone you're proud of. Every single one of us was born with something special inside, a gift, a light, a purpose that no one else can replicate. Yet, so many people spend their lives hiding who they really are, covering up their true selves because they're afraid of what others might think. But let me tell you something. There is power in being authentic. Authenticity is what sets you apart. It's what makes you magnetic. When you stay true to who you are, you're not just existing, you're living. You're tapping into your strength, your potential, your destiny. The problem is we live in a world that constantly tells us to change. Social media, friends, family, even strangers. Everyone seems to have an opinion on who you should be and how you should act. But when you lose your authenticity, you lose your power. You start living a life that isn't even yours, and that's where frustration, anxiety, and self-doubt creep in. When you embrace who you are, you don't just walk through life. You own every step. You show up with confidence because you know you're not pretending. You're not putting on a mask. You're not bending to fit someone else's expectations. You're standing in your truth, and there is nothing more powerful than that. You've got to trust that who you are is enough. You've got to believe that your voice, your personality, your quirks, your flaws, all of it is exactly what the world needs. When you're authentic, you attract the right people, the right opportunities, and the right blessings. But when you try to be someone you're not, you end up chasing things that were never meant for you in the first place. So stop apologizing for being you. Stop watering yourself down to make other people comfortable. Stop waiting for permission to be who you already are. Because when you stand in your authenticity, you unlock a power that no one can take away.
So y'all know how I feel about Les Brown. But I was lining myself up this morning. I'm getting ready for the stream, and I'm listening to this, and it's just to my core. It's just to my core. I'm listening to this, and I'm like, man, this is it. When I tell y'all I get to be who I am in front of y'all, I don't have to fake it. I don't have to be somebody else. I don't have to add filters. If you see me in person, this is what I look like. If you hear me speak in person, this is what I sound like. I am being myself. I'm being myself. So when I was listening to this, it spoke to my core, and I was like, man, people need to hear this. Nobody will see your vision. Nobody is showing your vision. Nobody knows your purpose. Nobody knows what's for you. So you just work to get better and continue to pursue that, being yourself. That's it. So I heard this. I thought this was amazing. And there is, let's see, I think there's one more point I wanted to hit here that I really, really like. Really, really like it. Let's see. Is it 14? Let's see. I think it's 14:26. So it's around here. It's another point I want to hit.
You might be waiting forever. You don't need their understanding. You don't need their validation. What you need is to trust yourself, to believe that what you're working toward is worth it, even if no one else sees it yet. Too many people get stuck because they're looking for approval from the wrong places. They want their friends, family, or even society to give them the green light before they go after their goals. But here's the truth. If you wait for everyone to get on board, you'll never move forward. People fear what they don't understand. And sometimes your boldness, your ambition, and your willingness to step outside the norm will make them uncomfortable. That doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. It means you're on a path that's different. And that's where greatness is found. Think about
this is one of actually a really, really, really good quote that I really enjoy from Wale. People fear what they don't understand. I heard it in the song. I don't know if he came up with the quote, but it's something that always stuck with me. And this is just reinforcing that you are you, and you being you is enough. You being you is enough. You don't have to imitate somebody else. You don't have to follow what someone else is doing. You don't have to do any of those things. You are enough, and you have to believe in you. Got to believe in you. It won't be easy. Sometimes people won't understand it. Sometimes people will try to tell you to play it safe or don't do this or don't do that. But if you are pursuing your purpose, that's when you'll feel the most fulfilled, and that's when you unlock your greatness. So shout out to Les Brown. This is even longer. This is about, I think it's 25 minutes long. It's way more gems in there, but I just thought that was a great way to start the day. Besides me viewing it that way, for me, if you look at the last year, they wanted to humble Shedeur. They wanted Shedeur to change. They wanted him to not be who he was on the football field. Only for that, the force of driving change with Shedeur was removed, and now they are telling Shedeur, be exactly who you are, show up exactly as who you are. So, some parallels. I love it. I appreciate it. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that as well. He definitely dropped some gems in there. For sure. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. C.A. Anderson says she got something to say.
This is a foolishness. Foolishness.
You don't know what you're doing.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
C.A. Anderson with something to say early. My boy, you worked that post. It showed creativity, attention to relevant details, and your commitment to presenting fact-based opinions. I keep wanting to quit, but I'm real back in when you drop content over there. Truth. I appreciate you, C.A. Anderson. I appreciate you. It's funny because it really ties into the motivation from Les Brown. I'm stubborn enough to believe in myself. So that part is set. I have that already in me. But all it took was me getting, I don't know, I want to word this the right way. All it took was me seeing people respond to me in a certain way that showed me the path that I was on was a good path. I got to find it. I'm very close to hitting my 1 million views in less than a year on YouTube. And I'm going to put together a special video there, but I'm going to find a clip of me on TikTok saying, I'm going to commit to releasing content every day for 90 days on TikTok, because I believe the number was 500 views I got to. I got to 500 views. And I was like, if 500 views, 500 people see this and view this and enjoy this, I'm going to keep going. Once I got to that point, I knew I was on the right path for what I wanted to do. Then that just gave me more confidence to do what I wanted to do and to continue to highlight more of my creativity. I think that's what people enjoy from me. First off, I'm going to be me. I'm not going to fake it and be something I'm not. That could be a positive and it could be a negative because I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I'm like any other human being. But I get to show more of my creativity because people enjoy what I'm doing. And just that combination of where I am in my mind, y'all will get the benefits of it. Y'all will get the reward of it. Y'all will get to see it. So it's because of y'all. Y'all sparked something in me, and now the flame is lit for me to keep going. So hopefully y'all tap into the post I put out on Patreon, the last one I did yesterday. It was just all things hitting me at one time, and I was like, I know we've been doing the In the Weeds series, but I got to show y'all some stuff. So glad you enjoyed it, C.A. Anderson. Shout out to Selma Fudd was over there. Shout out to Laurie on the Replay Gang. She was over there. She commented on it. Shout out to Zedric. Shout out to Black Pearl. I think I got everybody off the top of my head who commented on it. I think I did. And also shout out to C.A. Anderson. So definitely tap in, check out Patreon. We do some stuff over there, y'all. I haven't seen Doggy Bone in a minute, but Doggy Bone's motto is, they some workers, we some workaholics. We putting in the work, y'all. We are putting in the work. We putting in the work, y'all. We're doing it. So let's keep it moving. Oh, also another thing. Shout out to Laurie. I know you're going to see this on the Replay Gang. Great comment that she commented. I can't remember the post on one of my posts, but I just want to show y'all like how far this has came in the last year. So I was just looking up some stuff, and I know that, it's a good sentiment that people feel we want you to get better. We want you to do more. We had a few tornadoes touch down yesterday. Might be heading out on storm work to restore the power. Man, oh man, I didn't know that. Shout out to you, Selma, for stay safe out there. Stay safe out there. Stay safe. Stay safe. Definitely stay safe out there. But I just want to highlight something to y'all. This is part of the reason why I don't really look at other people and their views and try to compare where they're at in their journey to where I'm at. So there are 69 million YouTube creators. 69 million, y'all. 69 million. I just asked how many got 1 million views in the last year, and it started to break this down. Where's the number? So out of 69 million, 500,000 to 2 million channels reached 1 million views in the last year. So when it breaks it down, roughly 1 to 3% of channels hit 1 million views in a year. That's the pace I'm on, y'all. So even if the subscriber count, it looks like it should be higher, even if the views look like they should be higher, I'm going to keep putting in the work. I'm going to keep showing up as myself. I'm going to keep working to get better. I'm going to keep making sure I put out a good product that y'all enjoy. And we're going to grow this thing, y'all. If you look at the pace of how someone else grows, it takes you off what you can be focused on for you to get better. So I love the sentiment, and I love that y'all want to see me grow. We going to grow, man. This only year one. So I always say year two will not be like year one. The growth, the path for growth, and the opportunity for growth is always there as long as I do my part. So just wanted to share that to y'all. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all. A.M. Williams, great motivational speech. I listened to that thing two times this morning. I was like, I really enjoy this. Good for you, D. I appreciate it, Black Pearl. Black Pearl, you one of the people who always positive, staying active, especially over there on Patreon during the chat. So I appreciate you. I appreciate you a lot. Thank you. All right, let's get into the show. So we kind of went past the D-Wade, Patrick Beverly thing on Monday's stream, and I just want to do a quick follow-up on that. Now, going back to my old number 11, the double ones. I like it. Let's get this on the screen. Let's take this down. I think Patrick Beverly is about to end up in a position that you don't really want to end up in as a content creator. So we're going to talk about this briefly. This is Low.
Hey, Pat, if this is what you're going to do, because
this is Low, Legend of Winning. He's going to talk about really quickly the path that Patrick Beverly is taking. It's kind of a dangerous path for a content creator. Not physically dangerous, but he is walking himself into a box that you don't want to walk yourself into. So let's look at it.
Because I do see that you were bragging about the new viewership that you had posted and stuff like that.
Wakey, 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 eggs and damn bakey. Hey, I was on YouTube today, and I was trying to see how the Pat Bev pod, the new show, how it's doing. So I took a look at Hooping and Holler, and I'm like, okay, they did 22 in 4 days. So, and I'm wanting to see how mine was doing. Pat Bev. And would you look at that? 21 in 4 days. I'm on your ass, hooping and hollering. Yeah, count your days. I'm on your ass.
Who's going to tell them, chat? Who's going to tell them? If we're going to be serious with ourselves, you dropped another episode, and it did 9,000 in 4 days. Because these are your first two back, and it's drama filled. That's the reason why these two got a lot of views. But brother, it's a no. I wish the best for you, Pat. If you need some counseling,
you don't want to fall into the trap of trying to just chase views. Shout out to the content creators that tap in. Don't fall in for that trap of just trying to chase views. This is a business, y'all, and the views don't generate they don't generate revenue, to say it plainly. So just be careful. Patrick Beverly is going to put himself in a box of a clickbait content creator. That's the last place you want to be. The last place you want to be. Just avoid that trap. Avoid it. Where we at? Brent, what's going on? What is going on? Hold on. What happened? Your message was in Spanish and it just translated to English over here. It says, okay. I don't know why. It's showing up different. Got a little distracted there. Bien día di. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? Asante, what is going on? Asante, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on, Brett? What is going on? Yes, Black Pearl is always positive, funny, cracking me up in the chat. Love the energy. Love the energy. All right, let's keep it pushing. What we got next on the docket? So, last year...
And Greg had been a sports...
Let me pause this. Last year, it was a big thing about reps in the Cleveland media. Who got reps, how many reps they got, when they got the reps, who they got with, who they're throwing to, who you doing this with. I'm playing this to give you the answers for later on. Reps are not normally distributed the way Kevin Stefanski did it last year. And I played this previously. We're going to play it again. We're only playing this so we can hear Tom Brady talk about reps as a rookie. I want you to hear this.
Psychologist at Michigan. And we got to start building this knowledge and we got to create a strategy and a plan. And he would said, I would complain all the time that the guys ahead of me were getting more opportunity than I was. There was a certain amount of repetitions in practice. The starter would get 20, the backup would get 10, and I would get 2. And I'd go in and I'd say, well, how can I ever get better?
How many reps would the starter get? How many reps would the starter get, Tom? Let's rewind that back. How many reps would he get, Tom?
Best, you got to beat out the best. And he goes, you got to start working with this guy named Greg Harden, who was another mentor in my life. Greg just came out with the book a few days ago. And Greg had been a sports psychologist at Michigan. And we got to start building this knowledge and we got to create a strategy and a plan. And he would said, I would complain all the time that the guys ahead of me were getting more opportunity than I was. There was a certain amount of repetitions in practice. The starter would get 20, the backup would get 10, and I would get 2.
Starter would get 10, 20, the backup would get 10, he would get 2. Okay, y'all. So, last year when we said Kevin Stefanski not doing the reps right, it's going to be a reset. Todd Monken is saying that's not the way we're going to do reps. It's not going to be it's not going to be broken down like you get even, you get 4, you get 4, you get 4. That's not realistic. So the Cleveland microphones are going to have to learn how football actually goes and how it works. If you're running a practice, there might be 12 reps. It's not 12 reps of doing the same thing. It's not 12 reps of doing the same thing. That's first off. Of those 12 reps, it might be 4 working on this, 4 working on this, 2 working on this, and 2 working on something else. So in reality, it's 4 reps of one thing, 4 reps of another thing, 2 reps of something, and 2 reps of something else. Meaning the starter might get 3 of the first thing, 3 of the second thing, and they might even get the 2 backup areas, the last 2 areas you work on, they might get both of those. So the Cleveland media has to understand how things work in good football situations. I was saying this a year ago. In good football scenarios, they always prepare for the unknown. Preparing for the unknown is the starter get 90% of the reps, the backup get 10% of the reps. Everybody is in the flow of things, not one guy getting no reps. That's not conducive to winning football. So now that we got that out the way, that's kind of how the reps are distributed, we can push it forward. Shout out to Brent. Brent, I listened to that interview you wanted me to listen to. Actually, I'm going to take a piece of that right here.
Yeah.
How can you make a...
Let's pause this. Let's catch him on the chat, and we're going to get to it. Good rising. What is going on, Asante? What's going on? I think even I would say I just can't get over the sound of Tom Brady's voice. Yeah, once he talks more, you like, man, Tom Brady's voice is something else. I like Monken's approach. He basically told the media to get over themselves. There's a new sheriff in town. He said, I'm the captain now. I'm the captain now. Let's listen to this. So Tom Brady, people took shots at Tom Brady because he said the quarterback playing in the NFL has been down the last couple of years, and his issue is with development. They don't have the opportunity to develop guys the way that they were developed. He got a good point there. Really good point. So he's going to talk about quarterbacks. Let's get to it. Shout out to Brent for sending me this. I really enjoyed this. Also, shout out to Keith Mathis. Yes, we got the merch coming really soon. Something else I've been working on. Another opportunity for me to show more of my creativity. So definitely, OffThaRecordDee.com. Tap in. Sign up. Add your email so you'll know when the drop is going to go live. Definitely want to do that. Yes, Brent. I listened to this. I'm telling you, Daniel Cormier, his story and how he views things, I really like. I really like how he's confident enough in himself to talk about that little bit of fear he has when that pin drops when he is in the octagon with somebody. I also enjoy how he's willing to say, I ran out there so I wouldn't be giving my energy away to people when they touched me as I was going through the crowd before a fight. So I just really, really, really enjoy the way he views things. Really enjoy it. What is going on, Marie?
Everybody stay on that side when they switched up. You switched up, stay on that side, man.
Marie, what's going on? Welcome in. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're doing well. Tessa, what's going on?
Well.
What is going on?
Well.
What's going on, Tessa? Welcome in. It's just funny to hear him talk. See, Anderson said, I love his voice, still a Brady fan, but what do I know? I'm old school and can't deny good. I mean, real good play. Yeah, Tom Brady's a baller. So that's why I started doing this last year. I started going to how Tom Brady viewed things because for the majority of his career, he was on a winning team. So I want to know how winning teams do it. I don't care how losing teams did it. So a lot of guys played on losing teams. They spoke a lot about how losing teams do it. Nobody is trying to emulate the losers. So I don't really care how losing teams do it. Yo, D, when is Shedeur no longer considered a rookie? I know in reality, this is more like his rookie season. I know this should be viewed as his rookie season. To me, I'm just going to view it for what it is. He's not a rookie no more. I understand the context, but he's getting a fresh start. He's getting the rollout and the treatment of somebody who is coveted and valued by the organization. So to me, he's going in year 2 with a fresh start. So it's year 2. To me, he's no longer a rookie. All experience is not going to be positive, and I think it'll only make him better. So to me, he's not a rookie no more because I believe the experience of him getting on the field last year, him seeing the speed of the game, him seeing what defenses are going to try to take away from him, I believe that is invaluable. So to me, I understand some people might view it as him being a rookie, but I'm going to look at it like he's a second-year player with a restart and a fresh opportunity. That's how I'm going to look at it. So to me, he's not a rookie. He is a second-year pro. Second-year pro. That's what I'm going to call him. Let's catch up on the chat, and then we're going to get to this point. I like Daniel Cormier, except for when he's hating on John Jones, who I love. He's just a natural. Ivy League Mac, I understand his issues with John Jones, though. I understand it. Just saying 72, I expect the Cleveland media to get rebanned from practice by purposely misinterpreting Monken's words and continue hate mongering. It's going to be like it. I don't expect it to change. Once we go through the off season, when the season starts, they can't watch practice. I think they're going to keep it like that. I think since they don't have that trust, they don't believe that they'll write things accurately. So I don't think they're going to have access to practice. In other places, like Kansas City, the reporters get to watch the whole practice. They can't record it, but they get to watch the whole practice. But when you have people who enjoy what they do, who are writing about what truly happens and what they understand, I think it's different. So I would say that a full year of playing, yeah, sometimes it don't happen that way. Can you believe Brady wanted to come back to play in the league? I can. I don't think Brady wanted to retire, to be honest with you. I think he probably was pushed to retire due to outside situations, and I don't think he wanted to retire when he did. They act like he's a vet. I wonder if it's because he came in more pro ready than others. See, I think they act like he's a vet because they want to hold him to an irrational standard that they would never hold anybody else to. So I think they I just never seen anything like it the way they did Shedeur, where instead of judging him versus rookie class, they throw that out the window and they judge him. They judge him from the lens of vets. They say, oh, well, he did this compared to, Jackson Dart. Oh, well, why are you comparing Jackson Dart? They're both rookies. Oh, he did this compared to Tyler Shuck. Why are you comparing it to him? You're like, oh, he did this compared to Cam Ward when they played in the same game. Nah, they never let you do that. They want you to compare him to, somebody been in the league 7 years. And I was like, man, this is different. I understand his issues with John Jones. What can I say? I occasionally root for the black hat. It's all good, Ivy League Mac. It's all good. Crown Woman Collective, what's going on? Good morning, D in the chat. Too legendary back in full effect. Now pay your nephew is $40 million and we good. Oh, he gonna get it. He is gonna get every penny. He gonna get every penny that they didn't give him previously when he signs his next contract. I believe it. Let's keep it going.
A read in 3 seconds if you're lucky.
Yeah.
If you haven't prepared.
I know.
It's impossible.
And all that prep too, like for a football player, is so critically important to the success because it's like, and I see it now a lot because I think in some ways the NFL, the caliber of play, certainly the quarterback position, isn't what it was when I played. And I think there's reasons for it, but like the preparation we had was so much more involved and so much more intricate. And we've got to get back to that in the NFL. And if we put time limits on players' abilities to meet with their coaches and be at their facilities and like train. And I'm like, where in the world do we want this? Why can't we have these guys there improving their craft?
But how can they do that how can they get them back to that when it's kind of been accepted?
It's been accepted for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons.
Yeah,
so
and it's just,
how do you push them back to what made you guys so great? Because the era was insane.
I think we want to work like the guy. There are high achievers that want to get back and work hard and find ways in the system who it really benefits because the hard workers like me or like Peyton Manning or Drew Brees, I'm just using quarterbacks. There's a lot of others, but the Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they're going to work no matter what. So because you're not allowing the other guys to work, they're actually gaining a bigger advantage.
They're getting a bigger advantage as the better.
So I would say like it'll probably swing back at some point. It has to like. People wanted 4-day work weeks and 3-day work weeks and work from home. And then people realized, listen, that ain't the way to be productive.
I want to go back to work.
Yeah, like people like if you look at.
I like that take. It's kind of weird watching that play out in Cleveland. We're watching Shedeur be at the facility more than everybody else. We're seeing that Dylan Gabriel hasn't met the head coach in person. We're also seeing that Deshaun met Todd Monken right away when he first got in town because he was there. He also bought Todd Monken a gift. They didn't make a big deal about that. So things that make you go, Jay Nicole, what's going on? Then you say Josh Allen ran backwards. They get mad. Oh my goodness. You know what they do? Then they say, well, Josh Allen's done this in his league. Okay. So shouldn't that mean he shouldn't be doing these things? I'm just saying. They hold Lamar to an irrational standard as well. I agree. And I'll forever say this. Josh Allen's MVP year, that was Lamar's award. That was Lamar's award the year that Josh Allen won MVP. I think Lamar had like 47 touchdowns, 4 interceptions or 4 turnovers total. That was Lamar's award. Sometimes I think the media doesn't want a player to keep racking up awards, so they give it to somebody else. Because there's no way Lamar didn't win that. There's no way. D, you telling me you never rooted for Darth Vader? Man, we always come to a point in the stream where I have to have a confession. I know quotes from Star Wars. I know quotes. Man, I never was a big Star Wars person. So I know quotes. Luke, I am your father. I know quotes. But I never rooted for Darth Vader. I never rooted. I never did. This guy might play right into his diagnosis if he tries to return. Enough is enough. Are you still speaking about Deshaun? I agree. What rookie did anyone else compare to a vet and say, yeah, he's not top 5 or top 10? Nobody. What can you say? Nobody. No rookie QB played at top 5 to 10 level. Give nephew time. He's coming. W2 for real. He ready. I agree, D. They robbed Lamar, but look who was voting. Echo and his friends for real. I had a big issue with that, y'all. Like, that was Lamar's award. Lamar should have won that. That was his. But it's what the media does. Stolen from Lamar and they knew it. I agree. Yeah, confession time. Ivy League Mac, you just called me to the carpet and I just had to tell the truth. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Where we at? Okay, so this is funny. We're going to welcome Statman back to the stream. We're going to look at some quarterbacks and what they did from year 1 to year 2, but it was based off of this, which is hilarious. So let's get it.
I don't know. All I know is we threw 4 interceptions and fumbled once. 1 interception they returned for a touchdown. 3 others were in our end of the field where they scored points. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Hey, coaches don't talk like this no more. He said playoffs. Playoffs? You talk to me about playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Shout out to R Jizzle. R Jizzle corrected me right on the spot, and he was right about it. I remember this quote. I remember this presser, but he was speaking about, they're talking to him about playoffs. He said, I'm just trying to win a game. I'm trying to win a game. Crowd Collective, you know what it is. You know what it is. Nobody. Lamar, near season they stole it from. I agree with that. They gave Josh Allen and Joel Embiid MVP that year. Man, just said, you know what? We're going to give it to somebody else. We're going to give it to somebody else this year. Hold on. Echo has a MVP vote. If you are, come on, let me tell it. People in the media, they get a vote on these awards. So a year ago, I was saying, why do we put so much value on some of these awards when we hear the people speak who actually vote on the awards? So if you don't like Dan Orlovsky, or if you don't like Emmanuel Acho as people, and then you don't like their takes, we're supposed to hold, they're the ones making the decision on who wins the MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and then we're supposed to hold them in high regard? Mm-mm. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. Yeah, I got to run the end of this back.
Where they scored points. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Hey, they don't make coaches like they used to, man. They don't make coaches like they used to, y'all. They don't make coaches like they used to. Shout out to him. I like that.
Statman. Yeah, that's you. Yeah, that's you. We all.
Statman. Yeah, that's you. We back at it. Okay, so I don't know how we got to the conversation about the stats, but we started talking about the year 1 to year 2 leap for quarterbacks. And I said on this stream, we would break it down and we would look at it. So let's look at it. First, we're going to look at Tom Brady from year 1 to year 2. Back in the day, quarterbacks did not play a lot. They did not play a lot. Let me snatch what you got there. Zedric. Let's see. Let me grab it from here. Let's copy. Let's drop this over here. Loading. All right, we definitely gonna add that. We're gonna add that. That ties into, I think, where we're going next. So shout out to you, Zedric. Shout out to you. So if you look at Tom Brady's rookie year, you only have him playing in one game, 3 attempts, 6 passing yards. Year 2 is when Drew Bledsoe got injured. He started 15 of 16 games, 2,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 63% completion percentage, passer rating of 86.5. They went on to win the Super Bowl. Y'all, in year 2. So when people look at these stats, if Shedeur had this type of season, I would be fine with it. The problem is the people who cover the game would look at this like it was a failure. They would look at it like it's a failure. I would look at that like, man, that's a great year. Let's look at Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, they basically flipped. So he had 3,700 yards, a lot of yards. He had a bunch of 300-yard games, 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. NFL rookie record for interceptions, 56% completion percentage, 71% passer rating. They flipped that next year, and they also went 3-13. His second year, they went 13-3, 4,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, still 15 interceptions, 62% completion percentage, 90 passer rating, 258 yards a game. So when I tell people interceptions are part of the game, they are part of the game. They're part of it, y'all. So I'm not going to harp on interceptions. They are going to happen. They're going to happen. They're just part of it. It happens. And then our Jizzle said, hey, man, pull up Mark Brunell. Let's go Mark Brunell. Mark Brunell did not play a lot. He didn't play a lot. He was a Packers backup. he was a backup. He didn't play a lot. You go into when he actually got to play as a starter, he had 13 starts in 95 or 10 starts in 95, played in 13 games. He had 2,100 yards, 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 58% completion percentage, 82 passer rating, and he had 300 rush yards, 2 touchdowns. This is normal for guys who had long careers in the NFL. Now, do they throw the ball more? Did they add an extra game? Yes. Yes, they did those things. But even if you extrapolate the stats out for another game, it's not going to be something crazy. You got to give guys a chance to develop, learn, grow, understand, also playing consistently in the same system. You have to. So that's the stats of it. That is the stats of it. Let's catch up. Denny Green had a classic too. Oh, yeah. Denny Green isn't his. They are who we thought they were. I think that's his. You got to look up his stats for that game, D. All right, let's see. Who did they play? Let me find it. We doing some multitasking over here. All right. Oh my goodness. I see why you said that, R Jizzle. I heard him say it, but dang, just reading it, it looks even crazier. Peyton Manning and the Colts lost to the San Francisco 49ers 40-21. Peyton Manning threw 4 interceptions, 1 pick six, and the team committed 5 turnovers. Man, oh man. Let's see if I can just pull up Peyton's stats from that game real quick. I'll tell you something, y'all. When it's certain players, they make you jump through hoops just to get to. All right. I got the gist of his stats, but his stats was not good. I got the gist of it. Let's see. That's why Echo and Dano always bring up Stank Nasty Coach of the Year awards, because they voted for him to get it. Good point right there. Them fools be voting for MVP or jive turkeys. Yes. That was a historical QB year when they stole that from Lamar. They couldn't allow him to have 3 before they got their guy his first. I agree. Detroit Gemini. I believe this is a Star Wars reference. She rooted for Anakin. Top coach quotes in reverse order. Playoffs, and they are who we thought they were. We do not care. Uh-oh. Let's find that real quick. Sorry, detour, y'all. Detour. I played this sometime last year. I can't remember when I played it, but let's bring it back.
Four picks against Grossman and 2 fumbles. What do you see about the...
Hold on, we're going to get to it. Look at that completion percentage. Might as well be identical to Shedeur. Were you talking? Let's see who's completion percentage. Let's see. 56. Peyton Manning. Zedric, they don't really want to talk about what happens on the football field, because then you got to compare Shedeur to people who weren't around when they used EPA. So they don't want to have that conversation. It also depends on who the QB is. We can't leave that out. The runway is long for some and short for others. Maurice, I agree with you there. I definitely agree with you there. All right, I got this Dennis screen. Let's get to it. Let's go here. Here we go.
Bears would shut them down that way?
No, we just the Bears are what we thought they were. They're what we thought they were. We played them in preseason. Who the hell takes a third game in the preseason like it's bull? We played them in the third game. Everybody played 3 quarters. The Bears are who we thought they were. That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were. And we let them off the hook.
Thanks, Coach.
Hey, no follow-up. Thanks, Coach. Hey, they don't make coaches like this no more, y'all. They do not make coaches like this. And Mike Tomlin, I think he was the last of the Mohicans.
We do not care.
I think he was the last of them. Y'all forgetting Singletary coach quotes. Man, Mike Singletary, when he was the head coach of the 49ers, oh my goodness. I went down, I don't know what it was. I think it was what was the tight end? What's his name? Von Davis, the tight end who was on the 49ers. I think I'm getting his name wrong. He was like an athletic tight end. His number was 85. He was on the 49ers. But he was on a podcast and he was talking about stories about Mike Singletary. And I just went down this rabbit hole, y'all. I watched Mike Singletary quotes for like an hour straight. Hilarious. Hilarious, y'all. Like, just hilarious. Vernon Davis, thank you. I don't know why I was thinking Von Davis. Yeah, Vernon Davis, thank you. I was watching Mike Singletary quotes. I'm like, this dude, I'm like, who let him speak on the microphone? Who let him speak on the microphone? So they don't make coaches like this no more, y'all. Coaches are different. Coaches are their players' friends now, but definitely not like, they don't look at them this way. Yes, he also I think the story was that got me intrigued was, I don't know if it was Mike Singletary. I think Mike Singletary made like a diss track about Vernon Davis, or Vernon Davis made a diss track about him. It was just crazy how their back and forth was. It was just crazy. Yeah, Mike Singletary was on something else as a head coach. I remember seeing this. It was hilarious. The NFL just posted Cam Moore's first TD, and he was crazy running backwards, but it's a bad thing when Shedeur did it. So during the season, when I was breaking down rookie quarterbacks on Tuesdays, I can't remember who was like, man, look at Cam Ward's tape. And the first thing I said was Cam Ward's first touchdown pass. I was like, he did so many things wrong on his first touchdown pass. I was like, he's not going to be able to get away with that again. Throwing across his body, across the field late, running all around. I'm like, this is not normal. He's not going to be able to do that again. Like, you're not going to be able to do this 20 times. So they look at it different. We need this energy in Cleveland. For real. No further questions. Yeah. Thanks, coach. I don't want no smoke. That's what the reporters got. They said, I don't want no smoke. No smoke at all. All right, we're about an hour in. Let's keep it going. Y'all remember his brother retired at halftime? Yes. Yes. Are folks even talking about Cam Moore's rookie season? Not really. Slowly walking out the room with the church finger up. For real. I got no questions, coach. Thank you for everything. We appreciate you. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Let me grab this, what Zedric sent me, because it plays into where we're going to play next anyway. But for some reason, let's go. Where you at? Here. Copy link. Yeah, that's when coaches was different. Coaches were different. Let's pause this here. Okay. I think his brother passed away a couple of years ago. His brother did pass away. Let me get this back in order because I think I want this here.
Cleveland Browns owner Jimmy.
Let me pause that. D in chat, check out this video about how QBs of color are minimized. Let me grab that. Copy link address. Okay, got it. I'll save that. Von Davis' brother. Man, his name is slipping my mind right now. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I can't remember his name. All right, let's go here. He played cornerback. All right, here we go. This was yesterday.
Haslam told reporters yesterday that Deshaun Watson has, quote, a great chance to be the franchise's starter, considering there's a fresh start under first-year head coach Todd Monken. Okay, so Shedeur Sanders, we've got now Deshaun Watson, Dylan Gabriel is still on the roster. They have first-round draft picks coming up. Who should be Cleveland's starter, Stephen A.?
Wow, listen, I'm inclined to say Shedeur Sanders because he finished the season, and Deshaun Watson has been so bad in a Cleveland Browns uniform. But because of the money, RC, Shay, I'm inclined to try to at least give the man one more chance. I'm not telling you to start him without him showing what he could do in training camp and preseason. But my eyes are like, I'm praying and hoping that he lives up to his billing to some degree. I can't believe what a precipitous drop-off we've witnessed when it comes to Deshaun Watson in the Cleveland Browns uniform. When he was in Houston, it got to a point where it was like Patrick Mahomes, and then Deshaun Watson was right there with everybody else. And yet, that's not what we've seen happen since he's been in the Cleveland Browns uniform. And
Stephen A. Stephen A. You just got to look at them for what they are now, man. what they are now. Craig, what's going on? Welcome in. You got to look them for what they are and who they are right now. That's what you got to do, Stephen A. We're going to skip past Stephen A. He said Deshaun Watson. Let's see what RC say.
The quarterback position on the depth chart for the Cleveland Browns. Now, does Deshaun Watson get an opportunity to compete? Absolutely. What you can't do if you're Jimmy Haslam, what you can't do if you're Todd Monken is chase the contract. You can't chase the money. You have to look at the film and say, this is who Deshaun Watson has been in a Cleveland Browns uniform. I agree with you, Stephen A. Who he was in Houston, the guy that they paid for, the person they took a flyer on despite some of the offseason stuff, that dude was worth it. The dude we see playing now or playing recently has not been. And some of the highlights we saw from Shedeur Sanders, the ability to lead this team, the ability to stay tough and fight and get through the adversity, to me, allows him an opportunity to lead the clubhouse at the quarterback position. And it does seem that Todd Monken has some sort of kinship relationship with Shedeur Sanders, and I believe that should be explored before going back to Deshaun Watson in some way trying to justify the money that we guaranteed him when acquiring him from Houston.
It's two things. I get where you're coming from, RC. Can't argue with that. It's two things, though, that I think works in Deshaun Watson's favor. It's a miracle that you got to dig deep to find it, but it's two things. Number one, the skill set that he once displayed was on an elite level.
Yes.
What he once did, we've never seen Shedeur Sanders do.
All right. I can only take so much of them. I was surprised RC had a good take there. When he has a good take, I'm going to say he had a good take. Stephen A. Smith, you were talking about the level that Deshaun Watson was at before a bunch of injuries. And that's the part where it's like, are y'all seeing this? He's had a major shoulder surgery. He's also had 2 Achilles surgeries. Do you think that's going to have some impact on him? Stephen A., when he was very special for the Texans, his athleticism was elite at that position. 2 ACL tears, 2 Achilles surgeries, and a shoulder surgery. And he's older. Come on now. Does anybody believe he's going to be the same athlete he was for the Texans? No. No. So just, come on, man. What we doing? What we doing? Stephen A. just, come on, man. Y'all see what happens when Stephen A. got to go first and he can't just respond to what the other person said? Man, oh, man. Just like I said the other day, I don't like Stephen A. Yeah. For once, I agree with RC. Patrick going on year 9, almost a decade in the league, and that take is 6 years old. Stale, spoiled milk, for real. Real old. Nah, Steve, that was an L take. Watson is not better than Shedeur. Plus, Shedeur is a better passer of the football. Watson is a better athlete when he was playing. I agree with that, but I don't even know if he's still the better athlete now at this point. I don't even know. Was Shedeur a rookie or a 6-year vet? Stephen A. Smith just be talking for real. Who did you guys say posted Watson working out? I have not seen it. Oh, Detroit Gemini. I got you. I have it. I'm gonna play what Zedric sent me, and then we're gonna play it. We haven't seen him do it yet, for real. All right, let's go here. Let's see what Zedric sent me, what they're talking about. That was yesterday. This is today.
That outcome, if Deshaun Watson comes and plays well, he becomes a free agent, and immediately after having a good season, and they sign him to another long-term contract. I just can't imagine that the Browns organization wants to sign up for that again. And then to Mike T's point, like, it's hard to imagine you want to commit to someone who's come off of 2 torn ACLs so recently and hasn't played in forever. It seems like the best case scenario is one of these younger, cheaper quarterbacks that they already have on the roster works out, or they don't work out and then you're ready to draft one next year. It feels like kind of the worst possible outcome is Deshaun Watson plays well enough to keep you out of the range of one of those quarterbacks, and then you extend him even further into the future and he becomes your quarterback of the future. I don't.
What happens if Shedeur plays well enough to play you out of a draft position to draft a quarterback? Is that an option? Because the scenarios you gave me were Deshaun Watson plays well enough, you got to sign him to an extension. Then you gave the option of if it's one of the young guys, then maybe if they don't do well, then you draft one next year. So are you eliminating the option that one of the young guys could produce? Mistake, y'all.
I don't think that's what anybody in Cleveland really wants.
Yeah, and fundamentally, if the four of us were running the Browns, like, we're not going to beat Joe Burrow. We're not going to beat Lamar Jackson. Like, we're the third best team in the division
Well,
at best.
We wouldn't have that attitude if we were running.
Well,
the
I'm
Browns.
just saying, with a rookie head coach.
Thank you. Talk to him. If we were running the Browns, we're not going to beat. So we're not going to beat the teams that we beat last year? Who did the Browns beat in the last game of the year? Excuse me, sir? What do these people talk about? Do they look at like anything that actually happened in real life before they start talking? What are they talking about? Shedeur better all around. And that Kim lady was there yesterday when Monken said he haven't watched that man film. She, another just be talking. He said he watched a little bit of film on Deshaun, but what they brought up, they framed it in a negative way. So he was kind of trying to come out and defend Deshaun because of how they framed the question. But he said, I didn't watch a lot of them, but he like, it wouldn't really be fair. And also his answer was cleaning up for, it was a poor offensive scheme. We gonna get to it. It was a poor offensive scheme. He ain't played since 2020. He a backup, if that. That's it. All these takes and no one is listening to what Monken has said. Not a one. I don't see a video, just a pick. As long as the Browns aren't posting him, it's all good. I got you right now, Detroit Gemini coming up next. D, that's never an option. I don't understand it. ESPN Cleveland posted yesterday. They never listen to what the Browns say. They make up their own narratives. I agree. How you doing, Ms. Brown? What's going on? Coach John McKee of the Tampa Bay Bucks was asked after a bad game, how do you feel about your team's execution? He answered, I'm in favor of it. Not I'm in favor of it. That's all I saw was a pic of Watson working out. It said national and local media agenda to slow down Shedeur's greatness. I don't know. Hey, they just going to be wrong. They just going to be wrong. I love receipts and it adds to the long list that will be given out this year, courtesy of two. I agree. That's enough of them. Let's keep it going. Let's go here. This is the video. Hold on, let's do this. I want y'all to be able to see this better. So let me do this. I'm slightly going to adjust this so y'all can see what Zedric was talking about with his foot. So hopefully y'all can see that all the way to the bottom of the screen. And then we're going to play it. Man, what a point to pause it at. I just play it through a couple times so y'all can see it. The sound don't really matter. Let me turn the sound off. Something is up with his left leg. Rubber band legs. I feel bad for him. Yeah, some is up with his left leg when he's throwing. And I don't know if that's discomfort or focus or what his facial expression is. I just think I just don't think his body is going to allow him to get through a whole season. And he can post it. I don't knock him. I don't knock him for, putting in the work and trying to get better and fighting to pursue what he wants to pursue. It's fine with me, but I'm not wishing bad on him. But I told y'all in Patreon when we broke down his last healthy game, he had some limitation. He has some limitations, and it's physically. That don't look right. Yeah, he carried that leg. Now they talking again, saying Cleveland media will pick up Shiloh. Would be nice to see him and Shedeur together. That would be good. I don't know if he has a physical yet, Tessa. The way that they disrespect Shedeur is unreal. Yes, it is. If he can't plant that foot, that will be a problem. I agree. His contract status is not going to allow him to get through a full season. Yeah. And I'm not wishing no ill will on Deshaun Watson, but we just seen this in history. We seen this in history where guys just go through a series of injuries and they're just not the same. And it's not rooting for them. It's not rooting for them to have failure. It's just looking at the history and what it's shown us. So, he didn't even fully plan. I wonder if he can right now. Yeah, and when you push yourself too early, doing too much, you can see kind of him grimace on his face. And usually that's kind of, him pushing through the pain. So, I just look at it. I'm not wishing anything bad on him, but I don't see this as a competition with Shedeur. And I'm going to ask y'all a question. When you were in your early 20s, and this is for everybody. This is for everybody who is 30 plus. Does your body recover the same way it did 10 years earlier in your early 20s? So if you want to look at when you were 23, if you were 33, does your body physically recover the same way? If you are in your 40s, this will be even a bigger stretch. But when you were in your 20s, does your body recover the same way? Like, I know me. I hurt my back in my 20s, and it's something I have to live with for the rest of my life. And it's certain ways I got to do things. I got to move around. That's just what it is. I can have a whole lot of days where I feel great. Man, I can sneeze, whole back lock up. So I'm not making light of people who go through things physically, but you can see that physically he's just not the same. That's what it is. So that's part of life. And we're not athletes. We're not taking hits. We're not getting tackled. We're not pushing ourselves to the same limit physically. So that's the part that I just don't understand, how all these people who are older are not looking at. They be grimacing when they got to get out of bed. They grimace when they get out of bed. They think twice before they get up out of chair. Ask a person over 35 to jump. Ask them to jump. Ask them to hop, skip. They ain't doing none of that. So I'm not wishing bad on them, but I see the signs. Y'all. And I don't think people looking at that. I don't think people looking at that. So if y'all notice, whenever I talked about the Deshaun stuff, I always spoke about physically first, because the mind can want you to get to a certain level or get you to the place you've been previously. The mind is very powerful. That don't mean your body gonna listen. That does not mean your body's gonna listen. So I'll just say that. Let's catch up on the chat. They act like Shedeur didn't win the last two games against division rivals. Yeah, that's what I wonder. I'm like, did y'all not watch the games? That's another ACL waiting to happen, as well as a follow through from the shoulder. It's a series of injuries. I was going to say, don't look like he doesn't look comfortable on that left leg. Yeah, he doesn't. I feel bad for the two Ds, Dylan and Deshaun. Say you feel bad for Watson and Gabriel. I don't want to be lumped in with them. What's going on, Daisha? I'm just playing with you. If I was him, I would take the money and run, for real. Deshaun Watson is a backup at this point. That's probably why they keep mentioning bringing in a younger player. That's what it is. Miss Pamela, downhill after 25. That's a fact. Maurice, absolutely not. Your body doesn't feel the same. No, the arthritis is a killer. No, not at all. I wish I did. Craig, no. I'm back. I was talking to my sister. I'll catch the replay. Shout out to UTK. No, it doesn't, D. I have pain in places I didn't know was there. My whole body breaking down after 30. I'm just saying, y'all. No, I'm 62 and you better stay in shape or your body will tell you. That's it. Body isn't the same. Man, no. It take me 3 scoots, a push to get off the sofa. For real. So I'm just saying, y'all, like sometimes stuff is way more simple than people want to make it. Like your body, at some point, your body changes and it's just part of life. Yes, I can still do everything now versus my 20s, except for play college tackle football. I stayed in shape. Shout out to Ivy League Mac. I fell in my 20s and I am 50s. I hurt. For real. I'm telling y'all, man, I sneeze, it's a wrap. If I sneeze, you might have to call the ambulance. Just from a sneeze, y'all, because I'm telling you, certain twists, turns, my back lock up, I just be stuck. Oh, man, if I move, I know it's going to hurt. You just bracing yourself for the plane. You start counting down in your head. 10, 9, 8. When I get to 1, I'm going to turn. I'm not going to turn before I get to 1. So it's just your body don't respond the same way. Your body doesn't treat you the same way. It's part of life. Part of life. We know what's up. Not jump. For real. That's what I'm saying. Like, you get to a certain point, you like, I don't need to jump the rest of my life. What I'm jumping for? He's not going to play the same. He's going to be scared to get injured again. He's going to play timid. Casey, that's a really good point. A really good point. Going through a certain amount of injuries, you move different. One wrong move is all it takes. He clearly has something that he's hungry to prove to himself. Otherwise, he wouldn't be pushing himself so hard. I agree. That's why I said, like, I respect the mindset to keep pushing yourself and to go through. But sometimes our mind and our body, they say something different. Deshaun don't want to play. He's good just getting the money. That's my belief. I mean, he out there trying. So to some degree, he wants to play. But I just don't know physically he's going to be able to. Watson been posting those videos for a while now. He has Detroit Gemini. When you get older, the mind might say you can, but the body will let you know what's up for the next couple of days. Talk to him, Craig. Talk to him. I'm 67. I have to mentally prepare every day to my body aging. Deshaun Watson's mind may tell him he still got it, but baby, that body is a truth deliverer every time. For real. Deshaun Watson, let it go. Let it go. Y'all remember that Frozen? Deshaun will be the best backup in the NFL. Hey, that's what it is. Referring to him posting videos. He has, I told you about some of the heavily edited videos cut up to look better than what it is. For real. Yeah, Crowd Collective. Keith Mathis said the 3 scoots. Ivy League Back said, "Now I got tackled, I would probably break my hip." For real. Not the sneeze getting you. I'm telling you, Marie, I've hurt my back so much. So I put muscles in my back, the slip disc, just the gamut of things that can happen to your back. So now they told me if anything else happens, because I never wanted to have surgery. So they're like, look, you're at the point. The next time you severely hurt your back is surgery. That's the fix. So for me, I'm like, I got to live accordingly if I don't want surgery. So 45 and doing good over here, thankfully. Shout out to you, TK. Shout out to you. Tell me about it, D. And I eat right for the most part and walk every day. Yes, that is a key. Your body, you got to keep that thing active. You got to move around. You got to walk. You got to do all that. You need that cardio. You know what it is? It's not, I get a bunch of cardio. Like I walk a lot. I go and walk, all that stuff. It's not that. It's my injury history. The slip disc in my back, the pain I've had from like pinched nerves and stuff like that. The only thing that I could get to fix my back is if they did like a fusion surgery of my disc. So I said, I don't want to go and get surgery. So that's the trade-off. So How old is Deshaun Watson? Let's look it up real quick. $30 years old. Man, that's a lot of surgeries for 30. He'll be 31 September. September 14th, he'll be 31. Right around when the season started, he'll be 31. I pulled my lumbar at the gym years ago, and it acts up from time to time. I sat in my car for about 4 hours before I went to the hospital. Yeah, it just back pain is different. Back pain is different. I sneezed 14 years ago and strained my chest cavity. I'm telling y'all, a sneeze can do way more than you think. Way more. Like I was always told, just live long enough and you will see. That's it. Because you don't see it in your 20s. In your 20s, you like, nah, I'm going to be good. You're going to see all those things. But as you get up in age, you're going to start to see it. That's a blessing. My old occupation did work on me, but I won't complain. Yeah. That's what it is for me physically. You can see he's tentative just throwing the ball. Yes. How do you know the video cut up? I don't think this video was cut up, but his other videos are heavily edited. So you'll just look for anytime they're changing the camera angle. That's an easy cut you can find in some of his previous videos. D, I sneezed one time and dislocated a rib. I'm telling y'all, when I tell y'all about the sneeze, I'm telling you, the sneeze could do something to you. The body always keeps count. It does. Keith Hunt, I'm 65. I feel you. Craig, you and Asante have dangerous sneezes. The sneezes can take you out. It did because I was already laying down, twisted up. Yep. Soul Cycle in the winter, tennis in the summer. Ivy League Mac, I want to tell you something. Tennis, out of all the sports I played in my life, tennis is the hardest sport to play. To me, the hardest sport. It's the hardest sport I played. Like, the most tired I've ever been, all those things. Because other sports have like built-in breaks, and tennis doesn't necessarily have that same level of built-in breaks. So I don't remember. We did something. As kids. I don't remember what it was, but the punishment was we got signed up for tennis classes in the summer. Man, never again. I don't remember what we did, but whatever we did, we never did it again because tennis was different. It was totally different. Where we at? I think I skipped a couple. I play pickleball, and now I respect why you have to wear the right shoes when playing a particular sport. Y'all want to know something? I'm at the comfort phase of my life when it comes to shoes. I used to be a big sneakerhead, collect a lot of shoes, still have a lot of them. But let me tell you now, hey, if it ain't cushion in the shoe, don't even bring it around me. No, I'm at the age of comfort, y'all. And the more you walking, just even walking, you got to have the right type of shoe. Walking on concrete versus like asphalt and stuff like that, you have to. So I'm at the comfortable phase of my life. Monken knows what's up. He is already scheming around Shedeur's strength. He said they have the playbook already. Yes. Those fusions are no joke. Yeah. Yeah, that degenerative disc disease went no joke. You're limited on the types of cardio. I understand, D. Yeah, when they was like, this is what you got to do. Never get the surgery, D. I've heard only bad stories, and they suffer worse than before. Marie, I heard the same thing, and I was like, I'm never getting the surgery, y'all. I just deal with it. So it's going to be times where you just got to, what it makes you do is it makes you think first. It makes you think. So like, you know, some people just twist and turn and do all that stuff. It just makes you think when you're doing those things. It makes you think when you're leaning on something. It makes you think about it. And that's mainly what it is for me. Can they have the playbook now? Yes, they have the playbook, but they can't go over plays with coaches, which is strange. Getting old is not for sissies. Nah, getting old, you got to deal with life. Sneezes are treacherous. Appreciate aging by taking care of your health. Talk to him, Asante. Talk to him. Let me see. Where did I leave off at? Never hold in a sneeze or when you're tying your shoes or bent over in any way. No, definitely don't do that. Ooh, I'm behind a decent amount on it. Okay, here we go. That happened mainly trying to hold back while sneezing, so I just let it happen. Monken said they can have it. They can just coach it off yet. Keep at this. I saw kickball, not pickleball. Trust this. No matter how you exercise and eat right, your body will age. You will be fit where you are in the aging process with the proper exercise and nutrition, but your body won't stop aging. That's a fact. Tennis is the hardest sport for juniors too. Cannot get coached during your match. I'm telling you, tennis, you will never hear me talk down on tennis athletes because I don't even remember the sessions, but that stuck with me from when I was young. I remember how hard tennis is. Dangerous sneezes for real. I know that was a lesson learned. Dang, be careful with sneezing for real. Right. This auntie wears flats, no heels, period. Yeah, I'm about comfort, y'all. I'm about comfort. My knees will veto me playing kickball. Not my knees will veto me. I understand. I learned the hard way. Thanks for sharing. Good walking shoes are Hoka, Clouds, and OOFOS. They work for me. I hear a lot of good things about the Hoka, and I see a lot of people walking in those shoes. I think that's the next walking shoe I'm going to get. But I'm telling y'all, I'm about comfort. The way I used to worry about style and fashion to a degree, I think about it, but nah, it's about comfort over here. I love watching tennis. I can never play. Tennis is very hard, very hard. So I'll never say bad things about tennis athletes because it's a different level. All right, let's see. I think we're about here. Tika sent this to us yesterday in the chat. I thought this was funny.
On a topic, and of course quarterback has been the big topic so far during these meetings, but I mean it really is a unique opportunity to hear from all three of these like parties in succession.
It really is. It's a unique opportunity, and we have plenty of time with each of them. We sat with Todd Monken for a half hour this morning at the breakfast. We actually, some of us got a chance to talk to him last night at the annual soiree here, and so that was great because that's just an off the record, off the cuff kind of situation.
So what, Mary Kay? Off the record? Nah, I'm joking, y'all. This is a joke. She used it in the proper context. It's a joke. She used it in the proper context. But I just when I heard this when Tika posted it, I was like, man, the off the record thing was kind of funny. But they're finally catching up that Shedeur has an opportunity to be the starter most likely, and it's taking him a very long time to get here. Oh, Brent says he wear the Hoka now too. Yeah, I see him everywhere. I pray for the strength of Joshua and Caleb, but then I remember their battle. No, Lord, just give me strength to move for today. I'm content. I like it. If the feet don't feel good, it's going to be a long day. Talk to him, Craig. His problem will be the lateral movements and quick twitch movements. Moving forward and backward won't be as bad. Ad-libbing will be very dangerous for him. Maurice, that is how he snapped his Achilles. He was trying to ad-lib in the pocket. I don't know if you saw the clip or from the game when he did that. But that's how he hurt his Achilles, ad-libbing. Can we replay this and still see the live comments? Asante, once YouTube processes it, it usually takes my videos, my live streams about 24 hours for the comments to show up, for you to see the live comments again. Hopefully, as I stream more frequently, they'll show up faster. But usually it processes in 24 hours, then the live comments show up. That's usually where you can see them. Let's just get to Todd Monken. We don't got to go through them finally catching up on how stuff is now.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So it's a couple different points. Actually, it's about, oh, wow. All right, it's about 7 points, not a couple. It's about 7 points I want to hit from this. Is it 7? There's a little bit more to 7. Hopefully y'all got some time. It's quite a few points that I want to hit from Todd Monken's media availability from the annual meetings, starting right here. Y'all, it's crazy. We still have debate about Shedeur being QB1. This is not normal. Why are the Browns like this? Shaking my head. It's insanity. Monken has his work cut out for him. He does. I enjoy watching tennis. Never played, but been to the U.S. Open, French Open, Australian Open, and Wimbledon. Look at you, TK. Look at you. Those are some great experiences. Those are some great experiences. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Great experiences right there. Let's get to Monken, or Coach Monk, as he's called by the players. We're going to hit some different spots that I thought was interesting. But this first spot is about QBs.
Training camp, like knowing who the starter is, but is that realistic, especially given like Deshaun is a player who hasn't really played live game reps in almost 2 years now?
Well, you'd love to be able to come out of the spring with a depth chart. That doesn't mean there's still not competition, but I do think you have to narrow the reps, or at least balance up the reps of who you anticipate has come out of the spring certainly in a position to be a starter.
How does one quarterback take the lead prior to training camp?
By their play.
So Tony Grossi's question is, the first question was, he mentioned kind of reps. Tony Grossi's question was, how does one quarterback take the lead prior to training camp? And he says, by their play. So let's play it.
Every day. I think every player does that throughout the offseason. Not only do they learn the system, but obviously there's got to be some competition in terms of what you do for the betterment of 8 weeks, because 2 of the weeks you're not even on the field, but the other 8 weeks, what you see on an everyday basis. Again, it's just a small sample size because we don't have the pads on.
So is it mostly a mental competition at that
Some
point?
of it.
Yo, when I say they have to understand and learn football, this is what I mean. The basis of his question is, how do you take the lead through training camp? He just told you that they have 8 weeks, the all-season program, 2 weeks not on the field. He said, so it's basically mental. Tony, if it's 8 weeks, 2 weeks are not on the field, 6 weeks you're able to be on the field, that would be a combination of mental and physical. They got to learn the basics of football. They're so used to Kevin Stefanski doing things unconventional ways, and they just got to step up with their understanding. These questions just are crazy. Crazy to me.
It can be that way, but obviously when you get into OTAs or you get into minicamp, there is competition that takes place within the rules. So I think you'll have a better idea of each position, what their play looks like, and then you take that into training camp, which is the closest thing you'll have to playing in games.
Todd, when you evaluate draft quarterbacks, do you like to work them out? Or do you feel like you get enough?
This is Zach asking about working out college quarterbacks. We're going to skip this. This is not really that relevant to where the Browns are at. Let's go here.
You take into account how the other 10 guys in the huddle, the other guys they work with, respond to that play?
That's a part of it. That's a big part of it. Players being able to.
Let me answer this question. At some point, he won't be concerned about what this media has to say. I agree. I don't remember them asking Kevin these types of questions, especially about reps. They asked Kevin a lot about reps. He just didn't say much. He didn't say much. D, can we message each other in Patreon? So if you are part of one of the 2 paid tiers or memberships in Patreon, you can message. If not, if the free version limits how much access you have, you can watch things, you can comment on things, but you don't get access to the chat features of Patreon. You don't get access to that side of it. And I know I have the ability to message everybody, like DM them on Patreon. I don't know. Has anybody tried that in Patreon? Have y'all tried to DM each other like create a message and send it to somebody and see if it works. I haven't done it. Or yeah, I know I have access to it, but I would have to look into that for you more, TK. I have to look into that for you more and let you know. Once Monken sees Shedeur's ball placement in person and how he is throwing that ball over the field, Shedeur will be getting most of the reps, period. It's simple. This shows how remedial Cleveland media is. These are basic questions about process that every NFL media group understands. I agree with that, Ivy League Mac. D coach and AB is teaching them. They just don't want to realize how little they know. They don't want to see it, but with time, these questions, they'll just look and be like, I don't even have to work for this. Okay, appreciate that, C. Anderson. Yeah, let me know if anybody has messaged each other independent of me on Patreon. Let me know. 'Cause I haven't tried that. But yeah, this is just basic understanding. Let's see, let's play it.
Have a belief in whoever that player is. That's a huge part of it. But ultimately, it's the player's belief also comes with how those players play on the field.
So he's telling you the players have to believe in the player they playing for. We know who they believe in, at least the guys in the locker room. Let's skip forward some. I think this is the first question they're specifically going to ask about Shedeur. Look at Tony sitting right in Monken's face, right up close.
Somebody. And that just happens to be the quarterback position.
What's been your first impressions of Shedeur, and how do you evaluate him in the quarterback competition?
Well, it's too early to really evaluate him, other than it's been great that he's been in the building. It's refreshing to see a player that recognizes where he's at and where he wants to get to.
And Gabriel hasn't been in the building?
As far as I know, he has not. I have not seen Dylan yet. Deshaun was in early when I got the job, so I got a chance to sit down with him.
I'll say this because I know this is something that a lot of people are going to talk about. He met Deshaun. Shedeur's been there the most. Everybody has said Shedeur's been there the most. Shedeur's putting in work. Dylan Gabriel not being there is surprising to me because when you have a clean slate with a new coach and all those things, just it's natural for players to just go meet the coach. That's a natural thing. It's what you do. What this highlighted to me was they sold us last summer on Dylan Gabriel being pro-ready with how he carried himself off the field, in the classroom, and him being ahead. Now, this is when you will show who you truly are, when the offseason is here and the new coach is here and you haven't been here. So all I'm saying is it doesn't give the best impression on your head coach that everybody else has been here and you the one that he ain't met yet. You the one he hasn't seen there. You the one that hasn't popped in. So I'm just going to say that. This doesn't match what they tried to sell us on Dylan Gabriel last summer. It doesn't match. That woman to Monken's left is who asked that initial question about reps. Yep, she asked the initial question about reps. I think she got a blue pen. And then later on, it's going to be someone else who asked another question. It's going to be Mary Kay asking about reps. But that's a lot later. But we're going to get to that in the video as well. The QB narrative will not stop with this group until they see Shedeur week after week. The wins start to accumulate. I agree. I agree with you, Maurice. Monken said, who's Dylan? I haven't seen him. He is not for them folks. Look at his face. So I got to tell y'all something. When I was looking at my thumbnail, so I was trying to get a picture of Monken talking to the media, smiling, because I didn't want to, just show him. But all the times when I was stopping watching this video, because the first time I just listened to it, I was doing something else. The second time I watched it through, and I'm like, man, can I get any good facial expressions? But whenever he's looking up at the camera, he's looking like I could be anywhere else in the world but here. Like this facial expression right here, I was like, man, oh man. Man, oh man. So you are right. Tony Grossi sitting in front, wanted to learn the game. Bex Ryan will be proud of him, for real. Right up in front. Yeah, I'm confused why Dylan isn't there either. OMG, with all the other positions to worry about, they only ask about one position, QB, in 20 different ways. That's it. Made up narrative by Stank Nasty just to justify elevating Dylan over Shedeur. I agree. Dylan know that he's not getting no favors at the last season. He exposed himself. Yeah, because you would think you would be there to meet the new coach. He's too butthurt to show that he's willing to compete. That's what happened when you're given something rather than earning it. You got to put in the work. It's a new competition. Dylan knows that without the Stefanski pass, he can't compete at all. Not the Stefanski pass. If he wasn't rolling his eyes, he was screw facing. Tika, for real. I kept looking. I was looking and I was like, I can't find like him smiling, like really, really smiling. So I was like, I'm going to use a different photo because just watch it. Y'all going to see his facial expressions. He just looking like, how did I get here?
Went great. No, seemed excited and ready to go. Again, time will tell.
Have you figured out what that horse's head gift was all about?
So Tony asks, "Oh, you figure out what the horse's head gift was about?" And this part right here is where they're out of touch. This shows they're out of touch. Something is going to happen in this next minute. Hopefully, y'all hear
it. It was my birthday. I don't think there's more than that. It was just happened to be my birthday. I haven't really drilled down yet exactly.
What was the relevance in him choosing a horse?
He said he really liked it.
To get one for himself.
He said he was going to, but he hasn't yet.
Is it ceramic or glass or what?
I think I don't even know what porcelain is, but it felt porcelain. It was clay or somewhat heavy, but it's a horse.
Where is it?
But
this was the most that he was smiling that I could find. And I was like, man, but he's kind of looking to the left.
It's right in between the Browns helmets, right behind my desk.
Oh,
yep. I just left it there. He's been in so often. You know, you change out pictures of people that come to the house, cousins, aunts, uncles, relatives, to make it whoever shows up. He comes in the most often, so I have his horse head. If Deshaun gave me an elephant, then I'd have the elephant up there as well.
Todd, given like
did y'all hear that? It's like when somebody gives you a picture and you got to show it as a gift because they come to your house. Normally you can change it out because they don't visit that often. But with Shedeur's gift, he's in there so often I left it where it was. I hope y'all are hearing this. I hope y'all are hearing this. Shedeur's there putting in the work. He is putting in the work. Dylan ran from comp in college, not surprised. Zedric, why are you out here telling the truth? Why are you out here telling the truth? When they highlighted Dylan Gabriel going to different colleges, I always said, if he was the man, why would he have to leave? Why wouldn't he go into a competition with somebody else? He never went into a QB competition in college. And people just overlooked it. And I was like, how are y'all looking past this? I just didn't get it. I just couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure it out. Bet when Todd Monken is talking to the Browns media, he's thinking, man, they make me dumber. If you look at his facial expressions, he can't hide it. He's just like, it's no way this is what I'm going to ask. You could tell they never really cared about the game until Shedeur got there, and it's only to write their narrative. They get a kick out of being annoying. Detroit Gemini, you were hitting the spot right there with that. Remember I said their questions don't even match what happens in football? It's narrative-based questions. Narrative-based. Their questions show their lack of understanding. And I'm just going to keep saying lack of understanding. And I'm going to highlight it even in this. Excuse me. You can tell they never, or I just got that one. In my opinion, DG wants to get traded because he can't stand the pressure. He wants to go to practice squad and hope Kevin Stefanski grabs him. Not happening with Tua plus ATL will revolt. Yeah, he don't have a soft landing spot there. These questions are ridiculous. The bigger story will be if he doesn't show up to offseason workouts next week. I'll be concerned then. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully he don't miss that. How about Google the relevance of the horsehead, Tony? You big dummy. Oh man. He said he was a competitor and not an entertainer, but he's not competing. Fragile. Hey, people say things and people do things. Watch what they do. He's talking like Shedeur is family. Kevin Stefanski would never say that. Never. He never would. He's playing with the media at this point. He is. He gotta entertain himself while he's there. He's telling them he's QB1. They just idiots. You see Isaiah Bond, 007 Bond during his offseason workout. Yeah, I did. I've seen Isaiah Bond putting in the work. Tony tried to take up for Dylan saying he's in Hawaii. Yeah, Shedeur could be in Texas, but he isn't. He is working in a facility. He is. Only time he ever smiled was when he's speaking on Shedeur. You caught that. Where Dylan gift at? The other quarterbacks, they've been seeing him, meeting him. Monkey keep telling them they don't want to hear. They don't want to hear. Just like Simpson running. It doesn't take 6 years to prove you're the man. Bull junk. They rather ask about a porcelain horse head instead of asking valid football questions. I agree. Dang, I'm late. Q, what's going on? What's going on? He was on the verge of getting replaced at UCF and Oklahoma. That's how Jackson Arnold started. Had he stayed, he would have started anyway because Jackson stunk it up. Duck in the smoke. Duck in the smoke. All right, let's see. What's the next part I want to get to? All right, let's skip forward a little bit. We got more talk about reps. Reps was a hot topic during this thing.
Everything you can rep just like an OTA practice.
In that first time when you get them and you can do football stuff, how do you divide the reps for the quarterbacks? Will they be divided evenly? Does Shedeur?
I don't anticipate them being divided evenly.
Even at the very beginning.
I don't see it that way.
Okay. Earlier I played Peyton Manning saying starter get 20, backup get 10, he will get 2. Not even. A bunch of quarterbacks from winning teams said starter would get 90, backup would get 10% of the reps. How can you do that evenly? I broke it down earlier for y'all. So in a setting, if there are 12 reps, all 12 reps are not doing the same thing. It might be 4 reps. It might be 4 reps doing this thing, 4 reps doing this thing, 2 reps doing this, and 2 reps doing this. You're not going to be able to divide those equally between 3 quarterbacks. You're not going to be able to, because you're not just dividing 12 and giving everybody 4. You would need to divide the 4 by 3, the other 4 by 3, the 2 by 3, which doesn't work. This is just math. That's all it is. This is just math. So just the questions they're asking, if they ask any offensive player when it's 12 reps in a period, are all 12 reps the same thing? Majority of offensive players will say, based on how I've practiced in the NFL, that's not how it goes. And then that would eliminate the even question. That would eliminate it. That's what it will be. We learned this. I don't know when we start learning division, but everybody know once you multiply, it's an even number against odd, it ain't going to match. It ain't going to match. It's not going to be even. It ain't going to be even. Let's play it. Is this where I want to go? Yeah, let's let it play through.
Back to class tackles especially.
All right, we're going to skip that. Let's go forward a little bit. We got another portion on the reps. Man, the reps is just hot button topic. If Kevin didn't divide it evenly last year, why should Monken? I don't know if they're ready for this truth today, Zedric. I don't know if they're ready for this truth.
Shedeur player.
Todd, you said that the reps aren't going to be divided evenly, so I assume like somebody's going to get more reps without, looking at Deshaun's prior film or knowing how they're fit in your offense. How do you decide who is kind of QB1 tentatively to start off-season workouts?
By basically what we've seen in the past and where the year ended last year. So
what we've seen in the past and what ended last year. This is the issue, y'all. The media had an agenda. The media wanted to write this story. Breaking news. Todd Monken announces XYZ as QB1. That's the story they wanted. That's the story they wanted. They wanted that story. They wanted to hear this is the starter. They can already picked the starter, haven't went through the offseason program. That's what they wanted. Even with this follow-up question. I believe this is Jason Lloyd's first question. Let's see.
Does that mean Shedeur gets the bulk of the reps?
I'm not ready to say that yet. I just said the reps can't be divided up evenly. There's no chance it can be divided up evenly.
The reps can't be divided up evenly. He just said it. And Jason said, so that means Jason ain't really been asking no questions like that. And he just threw in there. So that means Shedeur's going to get the most reps. Come on, man. I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not ready to say that yet. Does that mean he doesn't believe that? No. That means he already has identified what the Cleveland media wants to do, and I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to let y'all scrutinize Shedeur before we even do anything on the grass. I'm not going to let y'all do it. I'm going to keep y'all on the outside looking in. We're not going to expose it. They have an agenda. He's not falling for it. He sees right through it. They didn't care about Shedeur getting reps last season. They did not. They got a plan on how they're going to announce Shedeur the starter. They do. Now that they know Shedeur's QB1, they want even reps for our QBs. They didn't want him last year. Daniel asked that third question on reps. He did. He asked. I think his more so made sense than just so Shedeur the guy. Reps hot button topic last year. They didn't want to hear about reps. They did not. They didn't want to hear about reps last year. They told us because we root for Shedeur, we are making a big deal out of something that's not a big deal, only for them to, I was going to call him a name, I'm not going to call him a name, only for them to now make a big deal out of the thing they told us not to make a big deal out of. Monken not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. He is not. You're not going to write the story based on him. He's not going to let you do it. I do agree with Daniel asking questions. Is there any more here?
At least on a daily basis.
Okay, he finished it up. Let's see.
It's not ideal. I was at Georgia. I think we had a 4 or 5-way competition my first year there, the COVID year, and that was not ideal.
QB competition with those many people is not ideal. Not ideal. Monken be protective over Shedeur like he Papa Bear. He is. He protecting him. I thought reps didn't matter. Ivy League Mac, remember? Who is that? I'm not sure who the lady is to the right. She was asking a lot of questions. It got to a certain point. She dipped out. The only thing I can see is, I can't see her name, but it says NFL staff. So she's with the NFL. She's with the NFL. That's as much as I can see. The more information you give them, the more ridiculous the questions will get. That's it. Wow, you're right. The Cleveland media wanted some breaking news. They're awful. Lock them out. Lock them out. For real. That's what they wanted. And just think about the tactics. Jason Lloyd tried to just shoot in there. Oh, so Shedeur will get the most reps. No. You're not going to speed up Todd Monken. He's going to answer at his pace. He's going to answer the way he wants to answer. Just a rapid-fire question is not going to throw him off. That was a tactic. It didn't work. It didn't work. Now they're concerned about reps before camp even starts. They're going to talk about it all preseason too. They are. Did a 92.3 to fans say the rep conversation was overblown? They might have. They might have said it was last year. Where was Jason Acho last year asking these questions? They were too busy enjoying the spoon-fed information they were getting. Talk to him, Ivy League Mac. Cleveland media, access denied. All right, let's get to this. This is funny. I'm going to push this forward some. Tony Grossi is going to ask this question. And I thought this was interesting because he didn't know how to follow up with what Todd Monken said after he asked the question. He's going to ask a question about 2 running backs in the backfield. This was a big story when Kevin Stefanski was the head coach. People wanted Kevin Stefanski to utilize Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield together more often. What people don't realize is in the NFL, you do a lot of the same things. You do it from different formations, but you are attacking the same weakness of a defense. So you don't just line up and run. You don't just line up and run the same play in the same formation and just no. You might do a different formation, a variation of a formation, and then run the same play. If you have things in your playbook, you can use them more. If you don't, it's hard to just add them in if you're not doing it in the offseason. So if you didn't set up your base to have 2 running backs in the backfield, one running back kind of being a pseudo lead blocker, and the other running back handing or receiving the ball or getting the ball handed off to him, or if you didn't set that up, you can't just throw that in. It's too different if you don't normally run that. It's like the go-go offense. The go-go offense will highlight 2 running backs to one side of the quarterback in the backfield. It's something that's implemented from day one so they can utilize it later. Tony Grossi's kind of not going to get this. Where we ended last year, they only ended one way. Let's go to we in there, for real. Off the record, D. Lloyd loves Shedeur. He loved talking about him. 10 different ways to ask the same questions. I agree. Todd is not going to allow them to announce anything. The Browns said we controlling this narrative. Access denied. It does look like an obsessive fixation that Jason Lloyd has going on with Sanders. I agree. Monken's face is funny. He just looking at them like, what are we doing? The Browns should freeze out the media during camp. His answer to Tony Grossi just went right over his head. He didn't get it. Craig, he didn't get it at all. Here it is right here.
I mean, when it comes to 2 backs in the backfield, that's nothing radical.
No, it's not.
Running backs all over in high school. Why don't NFL coaches use 2 backs and both as an option to run or pass?
You talking about just any backs or full backs in general?
No,
just 2 backs. It's not that that's not good football. I just think that you're comfortable with what you've done. That doesn't mean that's right. It's not about being right, it's about getting it right. But when you don't see it or you're not around it, I don't know triple option football. So we're not going to run triple option. I've been around pieces of 2 back, 2 skill backs. So we utilize those pieces. Haven't committed to more of that moving forward. Not that that's not, you see it all over the place where you can still use it as pieces. You just don't see it as a general rule.
Todd, a lot of
Silence from Tony Grossi. So the reason why he highlighted the triple option is ran a lot in high school, and it's because you have more athletic quarterbacks, so they utilize the quarterback's legs. The go-go offense that they're going to run in Colorado at times is based off of the triple option. Tony Grossi asked that question. He kind of asked him to clarify. Are you talking about a running back and a fullback? Are you talking about 2 skill backs? Tony Grossi just got quiet. Two backs. Okay. He just said, look, if you don't do this a lot, you can't just turn it into doing that. You can't do it. Basic, simple things. It's something you have to implement. Now, to me, one of the things that I like when I was pushing for this is water under the bridge now, but this is an example. When I wanted the Browns to get Clint Kubiak, part of the reason was because he has a good way of utilizing running backs and tight ends out of the backfield. And I thought it was something based on the Browns roster with Dylan Sampson. You could really take advantage of Dylan Sampson and Harold Fanning. But it has to be something you implement early. You gotta implement that early. You can't just drop that in the season one day. It doesn't work. It's difficult. They got to know the blocking assignments. The running back got to know if we're just here's a decoy or if we're helping. If we're chipping, we got to know who to block. We got to understand what the offensive line responsibilities are. So it trickles down and tells us our responsibilities. So they ask these questions. To me, they just went back and started asking questions about stuff that they asked with Kevin Stefanski because they didn't really know. They didn't really know. They're like kids. They get stuck on one idea. They can't let it go. They cannot. Tyvus is still recovering from that dumb statement. Oh, I didn't see what y'all said earlier about Tyvus, but he is. He should have never jumped in front of nothing for Jason Lloyd. Was he talking about the wishbone triple option, go-go, just two backs in the running field? He didn't specify if it was two split backs on the outside of the quarterback or if it was two backs on one side. He didn't specify, so he kind of kept it more general. But Tony Grossi, I'm guessing he don't know what he was asking. That's why he just got quiet after he asked the question. So he didn't specify. All right, let's get to this on mobile QBs. Mobile QBs.
Has been made about your affinity for quarterbacks with mobility. It's kind of open-ended, but like how much is like quote unquote mobility going to play a deciding factor in who starts at quarterback?
Well, I think most coaches would have an affinity for quarterbacks that are mobile, but they also have an affinity for quarterbacks that can complete passes and are really good on third down in 2 minutes. And so that's a big part of it as well. So certainly with the league and the way it's gone and the multiple looks you get defensively and the elite rushers that you get, it's certainly beneficial to having a quarterback that can escape, especially considering the number one pass play you're going to have in the NFL is scramble drill. So it certainly benefits you to have a mobile quarterback. But ultimately, that's just a piece of it. That's a big piece of it. But it's also, you're not seeing nearly as many statues at quarterback. They don't exist. Colleges don't have them. High schools don't have them. So they really don't exist. I mean, players that are now considered less mobile 15 years ago would have been considered mobile. They're just not now because it's completely flipped to where there's a lot more elite mobility guys than there's ever been. I think Shedeur's mobile. He's just not like some of the others.
I like how he wrapped that up. So they've been stuck on this mobility thing. He likes mobile quarterbacks, so they're trying to tie it to something in the draft. Daniel just asked him the question, expound on it, how you view quarterbacks, how you view mobility. And he's taking it back and saying basically it's no statues. It's no statues. Some quarterbacks can just move a lot better than other ones. And he wrapped that up with Shedeur can move. He's probably not as mobile as Lamar or Josh Allen, but he can move. He also started it with, I want the quarterback who can get us a first down on third down. I want the quarterback who can run the 2-minute offense. So don't put all this heavy stock in mobility. And also, he's beating them. He's beating them to them saying, well, Deshaun Watson is mobile. He beating them to it. He's beating them to it. 2 backs, 2 chains, for real. I was watching some of his pocket dodging from last season in slow motion. It was fire. Too many looking for Lamar and Josh in the draft. I agree. Y'all know how I feel. If a quarterback leans when times get rough, you lean on who you truly are in life and in sports. When times get rough, if you use athleticism, you're going to use athleticism when it get rough. If you use your brain, you're going to use your brain when it get rough. I'll take less athleticism if it means you're going to use your brain when stuff gets rough. That's a trade-off I'm willing to take. Some people believe they would take the athleticism. Cool on them. D, will you play the question about Shedeur's mobility and how he answered it? Oh, he just answered it right here. I don't think he's going to follow up, but I think he wrapped it up right there.
Will you have to in any way sort of have...
Oh, yeah, we did. We got it. Then Mary Kay with the follow-up, she's going to ask, like, will you have to run two different offenses, like a mobile quarterback version and a non-mobile quarterback version? These questions, y'all. Let's play it.
Two versions of your offense, one for a truly dual threat quarterback, assuming that Deshaun still has those.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. No, it's the same offense. It's just a matter of whether you want to use their athleticism. When you install, say for instance, you're running draws. What does it really take to install QB draw? Draw's already in. If you're running split zone and you're blocking the end, what does it really take to avoid the end and block the alley? It's just another piece of your offense that allows for a mobile quarterback to get on the perimeter. There's other aspects of that when you have a player like Lamar that you can take advantage of and be a little bit more extreme than you are with other quarterbacks, but for the most part, it doesn't change.
It's just lack of understanding. You're going to have two playbooks. Man, it's the NFL. If you want to know anything about the NFL, they want players to play as fast as they can. They don't want you memorizing two playbooks, y'all. That's why I keep telling y'all this is lack of understanding. One thing he going to do is bring up Shedeur every time. Tool man, what's going on? What is going on? You know how confident you have to be in your coaching ability to not be tied to a play style? That's one of my favorite Monken traits. Yes, because then you're willing to do what it takes to win. He's talking about Lamar, Caleb, and Jaden, ultra athletes. I agree. Correct. They just don't get it. This Browns media can't read between the lines. Just sad. They can't see it. It's because they don't want to see it. They want him to say outright so they can have breaking news. Monken not falling for it. He not falling for it. Messi K is so dumb. Watson is mobile, and I don't think he's physically going to have 5 years left in the tank. I expect him to do an Alex Smith, come back and retire when he realizes he can't do it anymore. I agree with that. Someone needs to take Mary Kay's credentials. She's asking if he will play two QBs basically and two different playbooks, which is crazy. Some of them only know how to win one way. But with all this guaranteed money, no way he goes anywhere but eat your salary cap. Yeah, they're giving out participation trophies. That explains how Stefanski and Mary Kay got awards. These folks are definitely new to this. Shaking my head. They are new to this, y'all. This is going to be a rough year for them. It's going to be a rough year because they got to learn football. Let's see. All right, we got the mobile QBs, and then we're going to go back to the reps. Because Mary Kay wasn't understanding what he was saying about the reps. So she's going to talk about the reps again. Let's go here. About right here is when the question is happening, I think.
So you guys are supposedly conducting an open competition during the offseason. In that regard, why would you not divide?
Hold on. Let me see if I can get the closed caption so y'all can read what Mary Kay is asking him. This is crazy. She said, so supposedly y'all are having an open competition. What? Let me see. Supposedly? I don't like when you start a question that way.
We had, but wouldn't be where I'm at without Coach.
Hold on. Let's do this. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to see this because this don't make no sense. Don't start no question with no supposedly. I want y'all to see this. Supposedly you're gonna have a QB competition? Man, come on. I got the closed caption so y'all can see this because this is crazy.
And all those wideouts and the great old line we had, but wouldn't be where I'm at without Coach.
So you guys are supposedly conducting an open competition during the offseason program. In that regard, why would you not divide the reps up evenly? What is your thinking or philosophy behind not doing that?
Well, I think there's always.
So first, I don't even like how she posed the question about supposedly you having an open competition. Then she goes to, why would you not divide the reps evenly? This is straight lack of understanding. The NFL does not function this way. The NFL does not function this way. ChatGPT probably could have broke down why it don't make sense to split the reps evenly, because you can't. And he already said you can't. Early in it, you can't. You can't divide it evenly. Let's hear his answer.
Competition, irrespective of the number of reps a player gets. The number of reps a player gets doesn't eliminate competition. It's just in a given day, let's say, for instance, you want to see a quarterback with the first group, a second group, a third group. Well, are you going to divide those reps up evenly? Are you going to divide up the reps everywhere evenly? I don't see it that way. I don't see it. That doesn't mean there's not competition. I just see it as in a given day, and it'll be daily in terms of who gets what reps and when. Because we certainly want to allocate our reps to the players we feel like are going to give us the best chance to win.
Let me make sure I have this right. So on a Monday, maybe someone gets more reps than on Tuesday someone else does?
Could certainly be that way. It's not written in stone.
It's not like you're going to have like a QB1 that gets the majority of the reps.
On any given day, you're flexible in that. Just like the practice schedule itself is always flexible. You could ask me about a practice schedule, we could change that tomorrow. That's not written in stone. How players compete, how they approach their job and their everyday diligence, that's non-negotiable. But how we do things, the number of reps we get, that's an everyday decision.
Todd, when you say that, you said that.
That's an everyday decision. And then she kept making him clarify, so he just had to say, it's not etched in stone. It's a decision we'll make every single day if we need to. Every single day. Are you understanding the words that are coming out of my mouth, Mary Kay? What other way do you want me to say this? That's what he's saying to her. What other way can I say this for you? I don't understand why you're not getting this. I don't understand why this is not more clear. Like, you should be getting this. You should be understanding what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Also, I want to show y'all something else. Something is happening in plain sight. And y'all are right. The Cleveland media is not seeing it. They are not seeing it. So I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all how the Cleveland media is not seeing it and how the Browns are moving. And then I'm going to catch up on the chat. Let's see. I want to show y'all something. Oh, I got to add it. I'm going to add something for y'all real quick because I saw this and I said, ooh, the Browns is getting spicy with it. And maybe the Cleveland media does not subscribe to the Browns YouTube channel, but I do. And I noticed something. So I'm putting the show together. I'm watching different things. And I saw something that was very interesting to me. I saw the Browns post something. Now I'm going to show y'all. Let me change the size of this so y'all can see it. I want y'all to see what the Browns put as their thumbnail to this video. Sorry, it's a little blurry. Just took a quick screenshot. But I just wanted y'all to see. This is what the Browns made their thumbnail to this video. They made the thumbnail, Todd Monken, the reps won't be divided equally. Who are they talking to? The fans aren't asking if the reps will be divided equally. Multiple members in the media asked, will the reps be divided equally? The Browns said, y'all don't understand the words that are coming out of Todd Monken's mouth, so let me play it and make it clear for the people in the back who don't understand. When I tell y'all that Cleveland media's access has been denied, do y'all see it now? Do y'all see it? This is the Browns, y'all. This is the Cleveland Browns verified YouTube page. This is the thumbnail. I saw this. I couldn't do nothing but take a screenshot because I was like, is this real? So when the Cleveland media is asking these questions and they not understanding where things are going, they're not seeing the writing on the wall. How much more clear could they make this? How much more clear could they make it, y'all? How much more clear? Hey, if you can't read and you can't see this, go to ATL. Go to Atlanta. Go to Atlanta. Go cover the Falcons. If you can't see this. Go cover the Falcons. Go cover the Falcons, y'all. It's a different day in Cleveland. Let me show y'all what Zedric sent me, and then I'm going to catch up on the chat. This is what Zedric sent me. I hope people see it. Deshaun Watson and Jerry Jeudy are throwing and working out down in Florida. Jerry Jeudy spends his offseason in Florida, so they're down there working in Florida. They down there in Florida. They're working. So, hey, cool to them. Put in the work. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do, but I just don't know if his body's going to allow him to do it. But I think this is more fitting as we go through the chat. I think this is more fitting to keep this up because I saw this and I said, when are they going to get the picture? When are they going to get the picture? When they going to get the picture? Shout out to Prentice Premier. I see you popping in. Let's see where I left off at. Let's see. Straight up, who has the ability to fire 99% of these stale Cleveland media beat writers? This level of incompetence is ridiculous. Lack of understanding. She's bringing back up open competition, then turn around like he's lying. Wow. The framing of that question was crazy. Does he have an injury clause in his contract that will pay him fully if he has to retire because of injury? Are you talking about Deshaun? I don't know if Deshaun has that right now in his stuff. If you ask ChatGPT about the Browns next season based on improvements to the roster, Shedeur starting, they have the Browns 8 wins floor, 11 wins ceiling. With Watson, they have 6 win floor, 9 win ceiling. Things that make you go, Y'all know I told y'all 8 to 10. I see 8 to 10. Mary Kay having flashbacks. Stefanski lied to local media. He did. Cleveland local media not realizing they're auditioning for AB and Monken as the insider. Mary Kay, Grossi, Lloyd, Bauman because they think they're in charge. I told y'all, I believe the insider is going to be Daniel. I'm not going to mess up his name. I don't have a phonetic and spell it in front of me. I ain't going to mess it up. Nope. I'm not going to be buzzing myself. I think it's going to be Daniel. That's what I think. They can't get over the unfair ways that the team was being ran the last 6 years. That's why it's so much pushback for a coach who is competent and plans on doing things the right way. I agree with that. The obsession with Shedeur playing is ridiculous with this media. It's crazy. It's not rocket science, Mary Kay. You're breaking it down to the ground. I I know for sure that Stefanski was having backroom conversations with the toxic media. For real, it's very clear. Browns organization don't trust to spin the negative narratives, keep them locked out. They can't play. They can't. D, I'm surprised we didn't get the bleeping sounds after the way she started the question, like he's lying. I did not like how she started that question. He said, I run this ship now. Deal with whatever happens from this point on. For real. I'm the captain now. Where was the obsession when Shedeur was getting 0 reps and Dylan was failing, seeing ghosts in the end zone? They are asking questions like they were brainwashed. They are. I'm sorry, y'all. No other coach has to answer this remedial questions. Not even Little League. This is ridiculous. That this is allowed. The microphone should be ashamed, but they love it. That's the crazy thing. They should be ashamed, but they enjoy it. They enjoy it. It's crazy. The Browns are trolling the local media. They are. The Browns media is funny. Browns speaking loud and clear through their public relations department. They are. Chow, when I saw that, I hollered. I thought it wasn't real, to be honest with y'all. I thought this was a YouTuber's thumbnail. I did not believe this was the Browns. That's why I had to screenshot it. I'm like, y'all see how blurry it is? I had to screenshot it because I'm like, this might go away. I think Stefanski, man, I can't repeat that. When the media is less intelligent than my pug, you have to just change the channel and get out the doggy treats. I agree to it, man. When will they stop it? They won't. They won't stop it, y'all.
Stop it. Get some help.
I saw that thumbnail and I was like, they're letting the slow ones know. Yes, for everybody in the back of the room. Until they say he's QB1, they won't stop asking. They will not. They will not.
Oh my God! Wow! I got money.
Shout out to Miss Brown. I appreciate you for the super sticker. You are amazing. Thank you for that, Miss Brown. I appreciate you. Thank you for all your support. Tony Grossi posted a pic of Kevin's Falcons table tag. Keith Mathis, they're auditioning. They're auditioning. I'm sorry. Why no questions about the lineman flopping and missing pass blocking assignments while Shedeur was playing? Man, they stuck on the quarterback. My pug is more loyal. He has a better understanding of football than Cleveland media. My cat predicted a terrible Super Bowl. Your pet's on top of it too, man. On top of it. Maurice, Jerry Jeudy can stay on that side with Deshaun watching. Hey, they own the team, man. They own the team. They can work. Jerry Jeudy working out with Watson. He is such a snake. I'm sorry, y'all. He needs to go. They stuck with him. They stuck with him for one more year. We're gonna give Todd Monken the opportunity to see if he can get him turned around. Don't send him down here. I'm gonna put security at every airport, at every exit and airport. Yeah, Keith Mathis said it. Don't send him here. Shedeur has better stats as a rookie than all the former QBs. Haslam needs to freeze out the media all season. Yeah, they got to do something, man. They got to do something. They are trying to run the Kevin Stefanski playbook on Todd Monken. Todd Monken has lived more life, is more prepared for what they are and who they are. So it's not going to go the same. They have to learn the game of football. They have to learn the basics of how a practice is ran. They have to learn the simple things, y'all. They got to learn the simple things. It should not have taken that much of that media availability for them to understand rep distribution. It shouldn't have took that long, y'all. It shouldn't have taken that long. We heard Tom Brady break that thing down. We heard him break that thing down in 20 seconds. It don't take that long. See, y'all was rooting for a drop pass Jeudy. Get him out of here. Tessa said, y'all was rooting for him. Now look. Tessa said,
Well.
Look who we out there practicing with. They are so unserious. They are just, and even Mary Kay in their podcast is going to say that she needed clarification because she didn't understand. I don't trust Miss Mama. He could go. Oh no. He could go. We stuck with him for at least a year due to his contract, so we're gonna see what Todd can do. We're gonna see what Todd Monken can do. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this stream, y'all. Did y'all enjoy this? This is just showing you where things are with the Cleveland media. Not much has changed, but the Browns are changing in front of them, and they are not picking up what the Browns are putting down. The Browns keep saying, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? And they keep saying, huh? They don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get it. Let's shout out to supporters of the stream. Shout out to C.A. Anderson. Shout out to Miss Brown. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support. Definitely tap into the Patreon, y'all. Tap into the Patreon. Make sure you checking out. Even if you're at the free tier, check out the content I put out there that's available to you. It's a decent amount of content over there. Content that I never bring to YouTube. It's strictly on Patreon, so check it out. I put the link in there earlier. Also, OffThaRecordDee merch is coming soon. Merch is coming soon. So be looking for OffThaRecordDee.com to be active real soon, y'all. Y'all gonna see more of my creative side with that. So hopefully y'all enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to the replay gang if you're watching the replay. We will see y'all in 2 days. Don't worry about the media. Protect your peace. Enjoy yourselves. Peace, everybody. Hold up. Wait a minute. I saw Zedric's comment. Zedric, it ain't no way they're trying to spin it to a negative that Shedeur is working out at the facility. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy, y'all. They don't know what they're doing. So shout out to y'all. Enjoy yourselves. I will see y'all. I just had to respond to that comment because that is crazy. Peace, everybody. See y'all Friday.